Have you communicated with a social media user who goes by the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY?
I've had several phone calls with the person who goes by the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I don't actually know his real name.
And unfortunately, every time I make a call, it becomes content for an idiot.
Welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet, but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does one even shop for a suit?
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take, they know a boss.
Blazing the whip, gotta vanquish the needs. My kingdom for some poppy seeds, yo.
Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay!
Oh, the firefighters, they're putting out fires on my fins. Yeah, they're washing away the STDs from the ED warrior.
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
She on the timeline, typing like a toxic. Gossip in the coffee, lies in her pocket. He in a cheap suit, briefcase, cheap grin. Thinking bar exam means he gon' always win. They foul and fumble, every case crumble. Judge side eye, watching every word tumble. Perjury perfume, they wear it like cologne. Trying to burn a kingdom from a glass stone home. You get sued, then you lose, then you do it again. Same script, same scam, you just repress in. You toss mud, spread names, think the truth won't bite. But the record don't forget you, it's in black and white. You get sued, then you lose, then you do it again. Whole world taking notes every time you pretend. You toss mud, spread names, think the truth won't bend.
The cycle that you love gon' be your end.
He whisper, I'm the lawyer, like that's holy armor. But every filing reading like a bad soap opera. She pointing at the mirror saying, look, that's a monster. But the face look back and it sure look conscious. Mirror on the live stream claiming they the wounded. Timeline receipts, every live time stamp zoomed in. You swing at a critic, think he just a guy online. Now your false words sitting in a sworn headline. Lose and you do it again. Same script, same scam, you just repress in. You toss mud, spread names, think the truth won't bite. But the record don't forget you, it's in black and white. You get sued and you lose and you do it again. Whole world taking notes every time you pretend. You toss mud, spread names, think the truth won't bend. losses end up as costs? How many victims you invent overnight? How many times can you lie on mic? You get sued and you lose and you do it again. Same script, same scam, you just repress sand. You toss mud, spread names, think the truth won't bite. But the record don't forget you, it's in black and white. You get sued and you lose and you do it again. Whole world taking notes every time you pretend. You toss mud, spread names, think the truth won't bend. Last page of your story say, this is the end.
What's up, Bogues? How's it going today? Man, it is a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. I have a special guest today. One Shizzy was not. What's up, man?
Man, oh man, it has been just crazy since the hearing. Like,
yeah, it has been off the chain all the way in. It's been kind of wild to just keep up with and watch. You know, we've had everything from people, let's say, relieving themselves on in a hearing, which was something else, to them recording and dropping it as residents of Florida, to it being secret sources that dropped it, which the secret source recorded them recording it. Yeah, we have some fun stuff today too. You know, one of the fun things that has been discussed in this was the whole idea that you cannot have someone else pick up service for you in a bankruptcy. You know, they've been talking about that quite a bit, right?
yeah, they've been hollering that from the rooftops. From what I remember is just like, oh, they didn't serve me the first time. The same rules apply. They can't serve me. Ha 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 ha. They didn't do it right.
What if I told you that in the United States Bankruptcy Court from Florida, the case number, well, it's from a case decided in April of 2025. It's you know what? I'll let them find it. You know, I won't tell you this case number itself, but I want to read you a little part to it, okay?
Yeah,
now, here we go. So, this is quoting out of the case. Secondly, although Miss Combs was served via substitute service on her husband, the debtor, the court finds that such service was effective to confer the court's jurisdiction over her. Well, that's weird, isn't it? So she was served through her husband. That's weird. I thought you can't do that, right? Pursuant to Civil Rule 45B1, quote, serving a subpoena requires delivering a copy to the named person. Well, courts, including courts in the 11th Circuit, they differ over whether, quote, delivering a copy to the named person, unquote, requires a subpoena to be served on a non-party individual by in-hand personal delivery to that individual, or whether substitute service upon a, quote, unquote, co-occupant / member of the household is permitted. So you can hear here, it's talking about a person that is a non-party. That's exactly like 2L. If it has to be in hand, or it can be through another person, you know, a person in their household, which would be like Gabe. Well, guess what they found? They found, yes, they can give it to the husband. So this is a case, there is case law for that. So even though they're like, oh, well, this is what it says. Well, guess what? There's case law saying, you know what? Actually, it's allowed because, again, you are a non-party in this. So whoopsie. Doesn't require in-hand personal delivery.
This also confuses me. You would think that they would want to get served as quickly as possible so they could show all this proof that they have, you know, that makes them predators.
Yeah, they actually, well, they said that anyway. They wanted to serve Jeremy Hales. They said that they wanted to be served by Jeremy Hales because they said they couldn't wait to get into the courtroom. They couldn't wait to show all of this information. Oh, they were going to debunk the ass, remember?
Yeah, they said that for whenever Lipska was going to be coming in too. They said, you know, she was going to have all these witnesses and they were going to debunk everything. You guys got to vet your shit. Just, you know, it was constant pretty constant, which
it was. There were promises of all of this proof showcasing money, which was kind of amazing considering donors, they don't actually get that though, you know? That's
no.
it's just well, if we get to court, then I'll actually show it. Hey, by the way, check this out. I've been working on a beautiful thing. I need a yellow Sharpie to really make this thing pop. Isn't that sexy? Look, I took it. It says I'm toast. I put in I'm sexy toast because he's all out of love. Look at that. Isn't he beautiful?
All out of love.
I need a little bit of yellow down here at the bottom to really,
Yeah.
kick off that. That's
No, Tug, which would work really well is if you get yourself, a pat of butter and put it in there.
Just throw some butter on it.
Yeah, just let get that butter heated up where it just starts melting out on it. Ooh.
Yeah, I bet that would taste really good with the with the Sharpie. Mm-mm. You're like, tastes like poison. Oh Lord. I love this though, because again, there has been this argument about and if you go and you check the rules that they're talking about, the problem that they've had is they've been discussing someone that is a party, an individual that is part of the bankruptcy. They're not talking about non-party individuals, and they didn't bother. Again, there has been differing opinion on this, but this, again, it clearly has the setup for what we've been looking at with 2L, what we've been looking at, with Gabe actually picking that up. So if people haven't been keeping up with this, it's pretty amazing because in the bankruptcy, you had Lynette Preston decide that she was going to bail during her prior depot, right?
I don't even think Randy even has to serve her with a subpoena like that. Something just occurred to me, and I mean I could be wrong, but weren't they named? Weren't they named as? I think that's right. It was Deuce was named in that, and as was Lee's, and they were added to the mailing list. Am I correct or am I wrong?
Well, I think they're subpoenaing specific. Remember what the subpoena is for. Remember, it was for the items because of the UTWABs. Remember when she goes on? So what happened was she was still under oath. She storms out. She's still under oath, because they never end it. What does she do? She goes and does an interview. She does it over on 2L's channel. Now 2L, they decide to hide everything behind a $500 paywall, because they want to obfuscate it. They want to hide that evidence. So they immediately put it behind a paywall, which they say, oh no, I'm doing that. So, creating damages. But I believe it's more than that. I believe that they're hiding anything that has to do with money, anything that has to do with items like that, because they're effectively killing their channel this way. You hide all your material, you can't just randomly create damages. So why? But Randy ended up wanting to know about, he wants a true copy of all of that information, plus more. He put out an XYZ list, and that's why he's serving them.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, and but see, I was thinking that at some point in time, if you look at the list of people that are on their service list, and I guess
you're talking about
their,
you're talking about their,
I would think that they would be one of the people that would be getting that.
Yeah,
getting those documents, but I
believe for the requests they're making. I believe that's why.
Gotcha.
That's
probably it.
Yeah. I believe that's why you have again, not a lawyer, so but I believe that and definitely not bankruptcy. And even if you were like, oh man, I know this, again, you need to know a little bit more. It's funny, by the way, as you and I have talked about a few times, even if I was needing someone to tell me about law, the last person I would ever count on to tell me about law is, there's an army of people out there that they talk to that I would never consider a valid source.
No, someone that's permanently retired, I probably wouldn't consider them a valid source.
Yeah, and
because
admitted can never. Wasn't that interesting in that hearing, by the way?
Oh
We
my
finally got
God.
truth on what that means.
And she agreed to it. She
Yeah.
absolutely agreed to it, because Randy asked her straight up, said, "Hey, doesn't it mean whenever you're permanently retired that you are unable to ever practice law in the state of Florida again?" And she said, "Yes."
I was stunned when she said that, just to be honest, because she's lied about it multiple. She threatened to sue us all over saying that she cannot be a lawyer again in Florida. She said all of that stuff was fake.
Yeah, and I mean, I read the rules on that, and I said, she is barred from practicing law in the state of Florida ever again. She would have to petition the bar, which means, and I could be wrong on this, that they would have to reinstate her. She would have to get their approval, and all of the reasons why she permanently retired would be brought back up, and they would try her on that. So she would face the same sanctions. I could be wrong on that, but that's the way that it looked to me. And that's not something most people would ever do.
Here's the discussion over the subpoena, by the way. Here's remember the filing over it?
Yes.
And there's actually, here's the subpoena itself too. So we can look at both of these while we're talking, since we had that topic there. It's pretty cut and dry. Again, this mailed out from, again, Jeremy Hales. I love, by the way, the breakdown of what happened to that day. So the transcripting on that, it actually does back up Jeremy's tale of what happened. They kept saying she never left. It never happened like that. Yeah, you can tell. See, I was afraid the transcript wouldn't catch all of that because it has no nuance. It's just catching what people are saying, right? Well, what was beautiful about it, though, at the end, Randy's like, "Man, I'm through, done with this. We're gonna ask for sanctions. On top of that, we're gonna have to get somebody basically to watch her." So he's telling them, "We're gonna go talk to the court right now." And Ramsaran is like, "Oh, Randy, we don't have to do that. She's just flustered or whatever." And Randy cuts him off and he's like, "No, she's not. She just left, by the way." So he tells her, "Oh, she's gone." And Ramsaran is like, "Wait, Michelle." And then you can tell where Randy is speaking to the to the court reporter and saying, "All right, we're going to end here," because he's trying to call after her, "Michelle, wait."
He's just like, and I'm guessing that Saran Wrap wasn't there. He was doing that
probably.
via Zoom.
Yeah. He's not going to be, I mean, I wouldn't want to be there anyway because she has a proclivity of, what is it? Oh yeah, not showing up. That's what it is.
Well, not only that, I don't think I'd want to be in the same room with her. If she, the kind of stuff that she accused of Feather of.
Oh yeah, true that.
You
tried to get me bribed.
Like I don't think I'd want to be in the same room with her. Not without us, having somebody else there as a third party, like a officer of the court.
Well, they definitely turn on their own pretty quickly, So,
I mean, they've already turned on Bruce.
Yeah. Well, really, they have started tightening the noose around Saran Wrap too, because they are they're it's just in some of the stuff they're saying. You can see it coming up now. You can actually hear it coming up. You can tell that they want to say that he's not a good lawyer. They've actually said a few things in live streams where they have insulted him as a professional. No. And again, he's their choice. And to be honest, I'm not going to say he's the best bankruptcy lawyer I've ever seen, but he's definitely gone a lot farther for these people than anybody else would.
Well, in any interaction that I've seen, even whenever he was getting lambasted, in court by the appeals court, he was still completely respectful of the court. He argued and lost, and he took his lumps. I mean, I see him as, being, people don't understand. There's always going to be a winner and a loser in a court case. Some cases you're going to lose, some cases you're going to win. You do everything that you can to advocate for your client because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
And, he still shows complete respect and professionalism.
Oh man, I got a Raider.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Hey girl, what you doing?
Tomorrow with my birthday.
Tomorrow is what now?
What?
You're. I didn't know that.
Yes.
No.
Oh, I did know that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, my bad.
Tomorrow is my birthday for you guys.
So tomorrow's your birthday. How old will you be?
70.
70. Yay, 70.
No, it's
70.
Yes, 70.
You need to get her a walker.
Yeah.
It's 7,
Look,
guys.
Here, I think here. Let me let you be able to hear Shizzy too. Yeah, 70 Shizzy, isn't
no,
it?
It's 7.
And we'll get you a walker so you can walk around and get up those stairs.
He said you're gonna get a. He said you're gonna get a. We can get you a walker. Wouldn't that be cool? You'd be like one of the older people.
No.
You don't need one of those.
I'm 6. I'm 7. I'm gonna be 7.
You're 67.
No, I'm 7. I'm 6 right now, but tomorrow I'm gonna be 7.
Oh, I get it. I was so confused. My bad there.
Sorry.
Look, you got money there. Look, there's a here and after. So if I can say thank you.
Yeah.
That says happy birthday.
Yeah, tomorrow is my birthday for you.
Well, they said happy birthday. You can say thank you.
It's only a little early.
she gave a thumbs up and a little mwah there.
Aww.
Sean sent you $20 dues and said happy 7th, Miss Bug. Oh, that's awesome. Buzz bright, shine big, and keep spreading your joy. Oh, that's really nice, isn't it? You said thank you.
Thank you.
I say, oh man, you got another one. My goodness. K-Mac, can you say thank you? Sent you $10 there. It says birthday 7 present. So you got 7th birthday present there too. Jack's mom sent you $7 for 7 years. Wow. That's awesome.
7.
You should have went with 70. I told you.
So much.
You said, can you say thank you?
So I said 6, 7.
Yeah, they sent you 7 for 7.
6, 7. Someone said.
Oh,
6,
please
7.
no.
6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7.
Oh, Lord. All right. Well, hey, give me a hug. Tomorrow you can tell us all about your birthday, okay? Give me a hug.
Tonight.
Oh, they want to hear the birthday song for
I might come
Bug.
down here and talk about my birthday more.
Yeah, well, we'll bust you up a birthday song and everything tomorrow. How's that sound?
Yeah. And the birthday money.
Look, there's a $20. I know, but they already sent you. I'll definitely give you your money.
Look, someone said no, 6, 7.
I know exactly. Look, it said today is it's Emmy's 45th birthday. Can you say happy birthday?
Happy birthday. When I put the song on.
When I put the song on, well, I'll do it later. I will for sure. But it officially ended my birthday week. Wow. So they had their birthday. You've had birthday all week too, haven't you? You've been getting stuff today you actually got your Zelda shield and stuff, right?
And and I got a lot of toys.
Yeah, I got your sword and everything. And I'm so excited I get to celebrate it one day with Bug. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, she gave me a high five as a substitute for you. Look, Yoda's Chicken Nuggets sends a Gibson membership. That's an awesome name.
Yoda's Chicken.
I know it was a good one, wasn't it?
Look, a bunch of money.
Oh, look, Rhea Raya sent you a birthday present. It will be here in a few days. Isn't that awesome?
Tomorrow was my birthday.
I know, but it's got to get here in the mail. They live way overseas, so they sent you one. Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
Nettie sent you $2 there too for you for happy birthday. Can you say thank you, babe?
Thank you.
And Spirit Walker said, well, it's Sunday in the UK, so it's your birthday there. So happy birthday. Say thank you too.
Thank you.
All right. Well, hey, you got to go do your thing.
Okay.
You can come back tomorrow, and we'll talk all about birthday times and having a good time. She's excited.
I don't want my toys for my birthday.
Yep.
Let me tell you them.
Oh, hey, by the way, Blue Eyes, though, on your way out, sent you $10 too. That's cool too.
Hey guys.
Oh, you want to tell them what you've gotten for your birthday? Real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me.
I got shield, a master sword.
Yeah, you got a shield, Zelda shield, a master sword, right?
Uh-huh.
What else?
I got
the controller.
Yep.
You got video
and my
game.
phone.
Yeah, you got a video game. Right. You got Coraline.
Coraline.
Video game.
Jones.
Yeah, Coraline Jones video games, of course. We got those fake bugs we pranked Sissy with.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. I got her good.
I might prank you someday with them.
Oh, she keeps wanting to prank her sister with like fake bugs. So we were talking about it, and there was a fake centipede in it. So I went over to the centipede tank, pretended to get it out. I was like, "Look, I've been practicing handling it."
Hey, look!
I took that fake one out. I was like, "Oh God, it's dropped it on you!" Yeah, that's Yoda's chicken nuggets. They sent you a 10 there, 10. They said, "Happy." That's some candy money. It's happy birthday.
Yoda's chicken nuggets.
That's a good name, isn't it? It's funny.
It is.
Yeah, this is just one person's opinion. That's a good name too. They said 10 there, said happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day.
One time when I was younger, my heart surgery.
Oh yeah, when you had your heart birthday, yeah.
Yeah, I had a heart surgery one day.
You did, and you're doing great with it, aren't you?
Yes, I had a heart surgery, and now my birthday's called Heart Birthday.
Well, you've got a heart birthday too. That's right. And Jack, since you too. Can you say thank you to everybody?
Thank you.
All right. Well, go. Hey, you got to go do your thing for real. We got to cover stuff tomorrow on your real birthday. If you want to join me and talk for a little bit, you can. Okay. Go do your thing. Okay. You go have fun. Oh, I know. If they send you money, I will keep it for you. Close the door. She's
so adorable.
She's so funny too. She's like, she's excited about that birthday thing though. I remember when I would get excited about birthdays. It's such nowadays, you as an adult, if you really want something, you're probably, if it's going to be awesome for a birthday, you're probably going to buy it for you, if you wanted to. Otherwise, you're probably not going to get it. But as a kid, you're like, oh my goodness, the world is wide open. So she's been candy shopping. Grandma took her candy shopping, took her by this store called The Hitch. They are nice enough there that they always, the owners, they're like, oh, you're cute. And here's you some free stuff too. This nice couple runs it. So they always give her a little bit extra, which is awesome. Oh, it's been good though. She's been watching TV and chilling with her sissy. So anyway.
And there's nothing better than that right there.
Exactly. I'm waking my screen back up. I turned it off so she can't. I mean, it doesn't. Today's not a big deal. It's just a subpoena. But my Lord, we cover so many weirdos. I'm like, one day she will be able to read it all.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's getting better. She was reading stuff off the chat screen there. So, yeah, our chat is good. Like, man, when we've had a few idiots that have tried to come in and be disruptive when she's been on screen. That's a way. There are not a lot of ways to get banned here. You can get removed. You blocking out all the mods, for example, that'll get you banned. Things like that. There are certain things that you should know better than doing. If you don't like a mod or two, that's fine. Don't hunt them all down and try to block them. We'll catch you doing that. I can still see you. That'll get you blocked. But also, well, they sent over some people a while. It's been a little while, but they said some pretty gross things. And the mods handled it spectacularly. But still, that's a good way to get blocked.
Yeah. So, most mods are going to do that. Like pretty spot on because
our mods especially with the mods here are very protective. Or like I said, your speech, your ability to say whatever. You can't channel damage normally. That's pretty much a limit on stuff. You can get timed out for something, but you don't get banned, but you can get banned for that kind of crap. Yeah. But anyway, all right, it's way there. So you can see this. Now, there was actually the reason it was funny because when this stuff came up and they were talking about, she's going to be subpoenaed. They kept saying, "Oh, I can't. Where's my subpoena?" There's a waiting period. You have X amount of days before it happens. I wasn't going to say that to them before it actually happened, but it was so funny because they kept sitting out there and they were like, "I still haven't been served. I still haven't been served. Where's my service?" And it's like, yeah.
And it also depends on whether they're going through the sheriff, whether they're going through a process server, because and I've had to perfect service. I don't know, probably 100,000 times.
Well,
and it's the same thing.
Sumter doesn't allow service through the PODI, so they don't do that. Yeah, that's what I had to learn. Well, I was curious about why. Why we're not seeing the sheriff's department getting paid to go out there and do it. Well, there's your answer.
And we've run into counties like that also. And there's special places that do serve process. We've had to serve process in other countries, which is a completely different beast because you have to go through the State Department and things like that. I mean, it is absolutely insane that anyone would think the day that the subpoena comes out, you should be expecting that the subpoena will be there the next day.
Sassy said I should let her take over the chat for 30 minutes. She'd make more money than the antis would in a month. That's true.
Yes,
That's
that
true.
is true.
I'm going to let her come on tomorrow because she likes coming on and, it's, she's like money. But I mean, it's just amazing to her. I can't even imagine something like that. As a kid, I would go to work when my grandfather retired and he would quote unquote go to work. He did a retirement taxi thing where he would they were pretty much like almost free. They set up at the Piggly Wiggly of all places. They set up a phone there, and when elderly people they wanted to have groceries delivered or needed to get to the store or the doctor or whatever, there were two guys, and they would drive people around. And the Piggly Wiggly even paid for the phone because that was the only grocery store around. There was nothing else. So, of course, they were happy to have somebody to drive people to their store, right? So
exactly.
Yeah, well, they would do that. And this was a long time ago when, change was actually real money. And every time I would ride, like if I ride my granddad, like all the little elderly ladies, I loved riding with this. They're so nice. They smell good too. You're like, oh, that's nice. But they would be like, oh, look, a cute kid. Here's a quarter. Or someone would be like, here's $1. And that was big money. I was like, holy crap, this is good money. Right around him, ride around with him for a day or two. And I could buy a bunch of action figures,
Yeah, that's
G.I. Joe, baby.
That'd be back whenever G.I. Joes were about $4 or $5 a piece.
Remember when they first came out? It was like $1.99.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was amazing. But anyway, that's about what I guess about the equivalent these days. It's just amazing and exciting. But she will for sure come on, and that will be funny. That would be funny to look at these people. What do they have to do to get any recognition? They have to do gross things like, oh, let me sue Megan Fox. Yeah.
Well, and it's amazing to me that they had only in almost 2 months, all they had raised was $40 until they had their big donor.
Wasn't that awesome? By the way, though, here's what does them in. We'll go back to the document real quick. I showed this today, so check this out. This is their monthly views, right? You can see where they normally sit in here. You can see like the 60, 50, 50. So they're around, 50s right through here. And then all of a sudden, slam, negative 8,554. And then even so in July, they started paywalling everything heavily, right? But you'll notice the views are still there. Now this is them hiding videos. They are hiding them by either deleting them or they've been privatizing them out. And they did so many that month that it erased and negated all the views that they would have had for that month plus more. So there's between that and throwing everything behind a paywall, How do you? This is the artificial creation of damages. It's going to be a mess for them, an absolute mess for them. Because who damaged your channel? Oh, you did. You did by, you delete everything. You can't get ad revenue when you throw things behind a paywall, and then you tell people, don't pay the membership. Don't pay $500 that I put it behind. I'm just setting it here because I hope to create a garbage lawsuit. Let me go public, talk shit about a bunch of people, throw it behind a paywall, and then try to create a garbage case.
I mean, are they that scared? I mean, this is
they're scared of their own words.
Well, no, I mean, it's a true definition of one of the keyboard warriors, where they'll talk all big until they're faced with having to, somebody responding to the words that they're saying. And as soon as they respond to them, they run and hide.
And they're cowards. All of them are cowards.
Yeah.
By the way, they don't understand one other thing too. They keep talking about, now, obviously, we want Leslie Federigo's to be ruled a vexatious litigant, right? Obviously. Yeah. And I think that went pretty well. But what they don't get in this whole thing, they think it's a zero-sum game, where win, loss, that's it. And it's like, no. What it does is it tells Leslie there are laws on the book where you keep fucking around taking people to court just because you want to, just because you want to ruin lives and scare people. Well, it puts you on notice. It puts anybody that she tries to take to court on notice that there are plenty of things out there. Because even if you look at this and it was a swing and a miss, which again, I mean, you don't know with the courts. I thought Randy did a superb job. But again, courts, who knows what they will do? I think if you have any chance of winning, I think he did a fabulous job. You get 30 minutes plus. One of the things they throw out there as well, they want you to forget all of the notions that lead up to that, to pretend none of that stuff exists, and the court is, they haven't studied any of that. They haven't seen anything there.
Oh, God.
So bizarre. But yeah, it puts her on, because you know what? She can't operate the same way that she has. She can't do it anymore. Everybody has been told now that this woman is, she is the epitome of a vexatious litigant, and she likes to go out. She's stated before that she just files garbage, and then
she agreed in court that she was a vexatious litigant. I mean, that was the thing. She absolutely agreed to it whenever she was just like, well, of course I filed all these things, and of course I lost them, but I never thought that this law was going to change and I would be declared a vexatious litigant.
Yeah, I never thought this would be used against me. I saw them too. This was really funny. So Paint Chips was actually talking about this, and he was like, oh, the law right here, the way it's used against battered and abused women. And I was like, wait a minute. Are you saying that Michael Federigo's is indeed a domestic abuser then? Is that what you all are saying? You 100%, because all of them that grab onto this, they want you to forget one little piece of that. The dude that they have pulled on here repeatedly, they were going to use for a cooking show and all that. They're saying that guy is a piece of shit monster that Leslie was so afraid of, because she was in an imminent harm. She was in fear of it, that she needed courts to protect her from him.
Yes.
But hey, they went to therapy or talked to a church one time and all settled.
And everything was good.
Yeah.
It's just like, wait, that makes no sense.
See, I love it, because no matter what happens in the courtroom, they have definitively proven yet again that they traffic in monsters. They either one or the other. You either believe that person is a false accuser that has accused everybody in their lives, from their parents, their husband, their freaking brothers, other family members, their profession, the people that work for them, their clients. You believe all those people abused her in some way, and she had to sue them, or she's a liar. And if you believe that she's been abused that way, But again, that guy that you've been propping up, hey, let me know who's the bad guy in that for real. Hey, antis, tell me which one is. You want me to get out the pitchfork and the torches for you? Point at the one that's the bad guy.
They can't. That's the problem. They can't.
It's because they're all bad guys. That's the problem.
It's that Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's the circular firing squad logic, I'm just like, come on, man. Again, they are, when they are taking up for Leslie and being like, oh, this poor battered again. So that guy they were doing cooking shows with, they're all propping up. They are telling you they knew that guy is some kind of monster, but that's okay. Maybe it's just like Michael, the other Michael. Maybe it's a Michael thing. I'm not sure, but the other Michael, where he likes to when these sources, and then yeah, he likes to say that's old news, though.
Likes to
Yeah. He's like, that's my baby. Like, give me that baby.
Hey, I'm gonna sue you if you try to take that baby back. Baby back.
I like that though. I mean, essentially, his stuff was like, "Yeah, baby, I'll put out hit pieces for you. Don't you worry." And then it gets a little the wink, and she's like, "Oh, Michael, I'm pregnant." And she's like, "Oh no, he became a monster. He started putting the old on me." And then Michael was like, "No, she's actually a bad guy, and I'll steal your baby." Like, okay, fun times, nice guy. Bunch of great guys.
My mother needs to take care of another child.
My mama will put my groceries up. That's amazing, though. Shout out to his mom, though. Sounds like she's a stand-up lady.
Yeah.
By the way, if you don't know where the mom thing comes from, like when I make fun of that, and we will be talking about letters and other fun stuff in a little bit too. We got a lot to cover today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But the mom thing was actually, so the woman that he's done this twice that he admits to. He'll find a source. These are, by the way, women in desperate need. These are women that are going through divorces or whatever, and he'll just slide up in there and, he'll write them hit pieces. And, well, some of them, yeah, apparently, they were having relations with him. Again, and he's not disclosing this. Woman gets pregnant, then says something about him. Now, remember, she was credible and the greatest thing ever when they were attacking the ex of the person. But when they said about Michael, suddenly the woman needs hit pieces about her, and he ends up basically getting her baby. So make that how you will, but that's relationships twice, not once but twice. So if you're wondering,
I think all the people that he's supporting her have aged out of this. So I mean, what is he going to get from him this time?
Who knows? I like how he put he's like, you know what? I've been fighting with Tug, and I've been fighting with that shit. And if you give me $599 dues or $399 a year, you can read my amazingness, and I'll consult with cases on you.
and I'll write more bullshit about Shizzy and Tug that I don't know anything about.
That's so crazy. I don't know if he put, like, they were all like, "Oh yeah, you can go and check out his letters. He's published them all." They forgot to tell people it's behind a paywall.
I wonder if he actually did publish them all.
I don't know. It's funny though, because we're going to show them, so you don't have to pay anything. We'll actually give them to you for free. And it's really funny because all it amounts to in the beginning is me. I kept making fun of him about VAWA, the Violence Against Women Act, because he essentially, when he was interviewing Michelle Preston, he kept saying, "Is Jimmy Hale, is he a woman?" No. Well, I don't know how it applies to him. And then it goes through all this stuff, which they all pick up on. They all carry it like a man can't have it. And he's like, well, technically it covers it. Technically? Are you fucking kidding me? And he's like, right there, I proved I knew Vala. And I'm like, uh-huh.
Yeah, just like you knew who George was.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just...
So we'll talk about those are some very spicy communications.
Yes.
I do have to say I am kind of off the chain in those sometimes. Man, between myself and Shizzy, whoo, baby. It's crazy in there.
The worst part was the last one I wrote. I was on vacation until I got back, and then I finally responded to another one because it was just like, well, damn, I guess he's really missing Daddy. I gotta come in and show him.
That's what I asked him. I'm like, oh, you miss Daddy Tug. Oh, it's okay, baby.
I know. He's got Papa Nut and Daddy Tug. What's he gonna do?
He's like, you're never been a propagandist. I'm like, bro, that's funny coming from a dude that was pretending he didn't see Preston and her kid living in a 10x15 while large amounts of monies just went poof. Oh my God. It's so mean though. They're funny. God, they're funny. Let's talk about that. We got to get on track first. Okay. We got to be structured. I don't really know how to be structured. Yeah, so the subpoena. Let's rewind. Make a subpoena. So this is the discussion about it. Again, what happened was Lynette still, when she bounces on her depot, she was still under oath.
Yes.
It never ended. So when she went and talked about all of this stuff with 2Ls, all of that stuff can be used against her. Everything. But they hid it behind a paywall. And Randy, what he's saying is, hey, I need that. I need an unadulterated copy of that. Plus some other money. Like, did you pay her? And then, what's funny is they went live and they're like, pay her? Pay her? I thought, wow, Michelle.
Pay her? We've never paid her anything.
You're like, fuck her money.
We got all her money and we didn't pay her.
It was just funny. They were like, pay her. Like it was the stupidest idea ever that they would give her money. She's got to be sitting there thinking, wait a minute.
Wait, no, I don't even think she realized it.
Oh, my God. Oh,
realized that they said they're not.
I've been pointing out to her that, for her to gravitate towards these people, she has to admit fault in everything. Because, like for the barn project, well, they're saying the permit stuff, the loss, even though Michelle is adamant about, well, it's actually her fault. No. Michelle, in order to slink up beside these people, they're saying it's your fault now, and you've got to eat that. I think it's amazing.
Well, I can't say it. I was gonna say she's used to eating.
No. By the way, I've been very mean to Mr. Coop today. I kept sending him pictures of animated ones of like John Cook and Preston, like on a bearskin rug, they're sitting there and they're like, to my little chicken coop. Been sending him shit like that. I sent him one from John Coop. John Coop.
John Coop.
Yeah. But it says, for my little chicken coop from your favorite eating warrior. Oh my Lord. It's he's like minimally dressed there though. Like, all those old 1990s, 1980s freaking sexy pictures. They're not risky. It's like a PG version of that.
Yeah.
Like that to my little chicken coop. I like Mr. Coop a lot. You can tell
yes.
You can tell who our friends are because we fucking like these people. That's another thing they don't get. You can't bother us because we're mean as shit to each other. I mean, my God. Like,
Oh God, yes.
I'm just like, well, what can like Paint Chips tries so hard. He's such a try hard piece of shit. And I'm like, what can you do, honestly, that I wouldn't do to one of the people I know myself? I mean, come on, Lord. You know, you see what level he has to go to. Like he has
know.
To create, God, he has to create fake sexual videos in order to even get attention. He's like, please pay attention. He has to take a dump on court TV.
Court. Yes.
Oh,
he has to show up to court, get himself on camera, and take a dump just to get any attention.
He's like,
and still and still nobody noticed.
It's still like what's hilarious is most people didn't notice that at first. It was just you know, they end up bragging about it in the aftermath, and it's like, oh yeah, that's really that's really a reason to talk about it instead of Paint Chips. I guess it's Poop Chips. Oh no,
Poop Chips. You see, aiming for a new name. Chips.
I actually think Paint Chips starting to really you know, actually I wondered something too. I wonder if that's him trying desperately to attach that. Remember, I don't know what I'm doing, Judge. I'm an idiot. You know, that whole thing in Fed 2. I'm so dumb. I'm so out of it. You know. Oh,
I wonder if he's doing it to maybe he's got a thing for lips and he wants to, you know, get with her.
Maybe I mean they're all into some weird stuff, you know, dog masks and everything else. Why wouldn't that be one of them, right?
Yeah, you know, maybe she'll let Michael watch.
He's like, I'm making you a little charcoal briquet. Gross. Is that how they pass love letters? I'm like, I've heard of passing a lot of things in the bathroom, but not a love letter.
Stone, whatever.
Yuck.
Good Lord.
Oh my God. All right. I gotta stop myself. I'm gonna say some awful things.
Okay.
I am. I gotta reel myself in. I feel myself sliding out that way. Just sliding out. Those are the wrong words. That certainly wasn't sliding out there. Lord. I'm like, you know what I learned? I learned a few things. I learned, my God, if that's what women have to look at, oh my God. If that kid was his, we know. Again, I think that we witnessed the proof that prison birth actually did happen. Man on man prison birth. It can happen, you know. I think Paint Chips actually birthed that child. You know?
Don't do that while I'm swallowing.
Well, he was like, I get word for Laura Owen, right? I mean, God, if she can have twins that way, allegedly, I mean, why not Paint Chips? Oh Lord. Okay. Subpoena. I can't help myself today. Oh Lord. See, people don't realize how like important Megan is to the show sometimes. She's like reel it in, real tuck back in.
She keeps you on the straight and narrow.
Oh Lord. Everything I keep hearing badly. The straight and narrow even sounds bad after talking about Paint Chips in the bathroom. Oh God, that face though. He's like, I'd show that, but again, I can't show anything regarding that hearing at all, you know, because I'm a plaintiff in that, so I cannot show you anything attached to it. Nor were they supposed to record it and disseminate. I almost said dump it.
Dump it on the
internet. Yeah, dump it on the antis. You know, I mean, what's the message? Is he saying that Leslie's argument was so bad that he's comparable? Because he did it right when she's up there. I mean, that's the craziest thing. But, you know, it's kind of like everything they do for Preston. They don't help her, you know? Oh, it's the same thing. Man, when a court sees Hales is suing that guy too. So there's no way you can be like, that guy's connected to Jeremy. He's suing this asshole for stuff. Meanwhile, though, who's she splashing all over her documents? Oh my God.
I gotta wipe the
gotta wipe the documents off too. Yeah. Disinfect them. Him, I don't think he washed his hands. No. Or my eyes. Oh Lord. But I mean, what help do these people do for these folks? Honestly, they may think it's amusing to disrupt, and all the antis thought it was. Robbie was like, hey, so funny. And of course you got old fatty in the background.
I mean, we've seen from the body cam footage that she does not ever want to be involved physically with it. She wants to get other people to take the fall for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she did that with Squat Dump. It was just like, what do you mean you haven't filled out the CPS report? She was like,
get on it now.
Exactly.
Oh, well, if Lynette would have been smarter, man, she could have actually she could get these people out of there, and she might have actually been able to make peace. There's no upside. It's just like for Leslie, there is no upside for these people on any of them. Yeah. Oh, there you go. 2012 said paint chips just wanted to bring Deuce to the hearing. That's true, man. You know what? I don't understand why they raised money for his travel funds then.
They could just have paint chips smuggling
drop
in
him
the
off
court.
at the pool. Yeah, I'm gonna take Bruce and drop him off at the pool, guys. You're like, what? That's what I'm gonna do from now on. I'm like, I'm gonna be back in a minute. I gotta go take a Bruce.
Why I call it a Machado?
Oh Lord. This is terrible. It's especially bad when I derail myself. I'll know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm like, in a minute.
Okay. This matter involves the deposition of the defendant. Commenced on July 7th and is currently active although paused until the court rules on a pending motion regarding the continuous and the terms of the remainder of the deposition. Now, last night on June 11th, while actively under oath and midway through their examination, defendant participated in live public internet broadcast on the YouTube channel to Thieves and a Pothead, hosted by non-party.
Two Thieves and a Pothead. I like that.
Well, it's Two Thieves and a Pothead. I just put a new song out. It's awesome.
I like that. Two fleas and a pothead. That's perfect.
Now, hosted by non-party Fleesa, disgracefully, access to last night's broadcast was commercialized. It is disgraceful.
It is.
Access to that broadcast was commercialized. The public was charged a fee of $499.
Yeah, this is backwards in the original. It's stating that it was under a paywall. It makes it worse, actually. When it was explained, I think in that moment it wasn't explained very well, and that. I got it backwards, and that's probably my bad, just to be honest, because when I'm talking through stuff, I'm like, oh my God, and you see how off topic I can get with anything. But, I'm sure, it could have been mine talking about it live, or it could have been, who knows where he picked it up. He may have picked it up from Jeremy or whomever, but when he picked it up, it's all happening in the now. And, he's got other stuff he's doing too.
Yeah.
But he still made it work. But, if you look at this is actually worse the way that it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. That does make it sound worse than it would be. Oh, gosh. Defendant's extraordinary misconduct during and after the part of the deposition that occurred on July 7th has completely derailed the integrity of the discovery process. Now, because the video involves a party witness currently under oath, any attempt by the flea to delete, alter, or private the video will be treated as spoliation of evidence and may be subject to her independent legal sanctions.
Interesting.
The subpoena will command the production of documents, electronically stored information, and objects at the following location: the flea's address.
Yep.
Or
They have 14 days to come off of it.
Yep, 14 days after the service of the subpoena at 10 a.m. or objects in a civil action, including Schedule A, definitions, requests. Attached to Exhibit A, the subpoena seeks production of the following categories of documents and materials. I'll let you take over from there.
All right. 1. The complete, unedited video and audio recording of the broadcast featuring the defendant that occurred on or around July 11th, 2026. Bravo, by the way, Shizzy. You really got that back on track.
You're welcome.
I got stuck in a loop for a second there. I was like, I can't go. Number 2, all communications between Lisa Lee and the defendant. Now, this right here, they're going to try to deny that there was no communication, but they had to set up everything. They had to. So there's no way that there wasn't communication,
Correct.
So, yeah, I mean, they're going to play at that, though. There's none of that. It just spontaneously happened,
They showed up without a link.
Yeah.
You didn't send them a link. There was no communication. You asking her if they want to come. You just randomly throw links out to people and they show up.
Aren't you still amazed, by the way? One of the things that I've learned from all of this, that out of everything that we've learned, we have Leslie Federicos, who can communicate directly with Lisa Lee. And you have Preston, who, how much money has passed through the hands of Lisa Lee and them, and yet she can't communicate directly with them.
No, it really is amazing to me, because you think about this. You got old Ray, Mr. Happy Bones shows up rolling in there. Mm-hmm. What it sounds like is you took them all out to dinner, and they made sure they got, that old Gaby Poo got the most expensive thing. She's got to eat a little bit, especially whenever you've been hitting
I'm
that
peckish. I'm a little peckish.
A little peckish. So I explain this to me, that they're all treated to raise generosity, and all happy to break bread and hang out at the casa. But for whatever reason, the person that brought all these people together was not invited, along with their child. That while that child is, living in a camper on some swampland, they couldn't be even invited.
Well, and they have talked a lot of shit. They do backhanded items. I'm curious about something, by the way. So the last thing that we heard from Lynette Preston is that she keeps getting threatened, so she's taking down stuff, right? Yeah. And then she went quiet. Isn't that weird?
Is there any proof of life?
Oh, I wondered. We're talking about, again, I'm not saying that somebody is dangerous. I will quote Lynette, though, and actually, you know what? Let's quote her exactly. Why should I misquote her? I want to quote her exactly. So I don't want it to get it wrong. So let me pull up real quick here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she talked about the ex-wife thing. Now it's funny because John Cook tried to spin this as me. I'm the one who said all of that, but this all came from Bonnie. Well, it hasn't loaded all the way in. It's being stupid. Our internet is being stupid out here right this minute. It's we got a storm about to brew. That's why. Yeah, so it's being a little laggy. If I disappear, that's what happened to me. I'm just saying. So
well, if you disappear, I will keep people entertained.
Yeah, you juggle, and that's what we do, right?
I'll even turn on my camera.
Here we go. I think it'll play. And then if you can't hear, remember, it sounds like she has yelled herself hoarse. So in this, she's talking like this, but
Wife in a bottle.
Got a wife in a bottle in the shed.
I have his ex-wife.
He
belittled her, humiliated her, abused her until she couldn't see anything anymore.
That kills. He belittled her, abused her, etc., until she couldn't be anything anymore.
got divorced, but she never could recover from his abuse, and she died of alcohol and drugs.
Yeah, they got divorced, but she couldn't recover. She died of alcohol and drugs because of his abuse.
Yeah.
That's her. And they keep her in the shed like some kind of war trophy. You know, what's weird is that doesn't fit up with his version of things, by the way. And again, I'm curious. Like, well, you know, who am I supposed to believe here? I was told that she doesn't lie, right? So who am I supposed to believe? Because he said he loves to talk about, weirdly, he loves to talk about kids, by the way, and ED. It's very strange, gross, man. But he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. My ex-wife, who Michelle and myself drove to the airport to leave Florida, left on good terms. Did it sound like that to you guys?
No.
She also moved in with my mother for 4 years until dying in a nursing home. After leaving Florida, there were no feds involved. I don't remember anyone saying feds were involved. Actually, what's funny is they think every time you bring up feds about like paint chips or whomever, they think it's about them, you know. And my mom did send me a morsel of her ashes. What's the word?
So the wording on this is a little weird.
Yeah.
So she moved in with her mother for 4 years until died in a nursing home. So his ex-wife died in a nursing home? I mean, that's how it looks.
Did she move in with a mom in a nursing home? It's just all weird anyway. You know. Well, I want to know about the morsel of ashes. You know? That's a very strange wording. Again, you can say like a morsel of truth or whatever, but you don't typically talk about ashes that way for a number of reasons we've gone over before. It's kind of strange. Plus, you know, when people think morsel, they think food. So,
well, no, according to this, I'm looking at it. So she moved in with her mother for 4 years and died in that nursing home.
So they were living together in a nursing home?
Yes, because the mother sent the morsel of her ashes to him.
Yeah. And then he makes a thread about it's a pretty overt thread about if I get a CPS call, baby, I know who to blame. I'll be like, oh, I'm blaming this crazy dude over here that's obsessed with men's genitalia.
Yes.
You know. I bet oh my God, maybe that's what that pooping thing was about. It was a message to John Cook.
Oh.
He was saying, you know, co-host availability. Maybe that's what that was. Okay, here, I got to get back to that. We did have a point to the stream. Okay, so there was part one we noted. Part two, again, communications. That's what's coming off in this little area with them, again, regarding any content, planning, scheduling, promo, or aftermath. Or aftermath, too, you know.
Yeah.
You know they communicated in the aftermath. You know they did. But all financial records, revenue documentation, transaction log related to the broadcast, including records of fees collected, any revenue sharing. So, and again, they laughed at the idea that she would get any revenue sharing, any fees, anything else. You know?
Yeah. Well, they laugh at that quite a bit. It's really odd to me.
They mock it publicly. They actually mock it even when they're not laughing. They're mocking that idea, you know?
Yes. Yes.
It's all gifts to them. It's not hers. How dare you think it's hers? And then all promo material. You know, they did promote that shit, by the way. They promoted it in several live streams, which would be considered promotional material. They were propping it up.
They promoted that everywhere they possibly could.
Yeah, well, you know, they'd been planning it for a few days. They were telling their audience that it was coming up. So that would be part of it. And viewer and subscriber access law preserved by the platform. You know, they want to know. Again, what's funny, though, is when they lock it behind the paywall, they locked it away from anybody except people that are willing to pay $500. And they tell people, don't pay that money. Does that not sound, when you think about it, like they're trying to hide it?
That does sound like they're trying to hide it. They're trying to hide. Pull that back up a second, because I noticed
the real thing. Actually, I was going to pull it. Well, here, I'll pull that, and then we'll pull the actual one too.
Because looking at that right there, I'm seeing that particular piece right there where it says that promotional scripts, marketing content used to advertise, viewer subscription access log. Because here's the thing. If they refuse to turn that over, then Randy will have to subpoena YouTube in relation to this. And I'm not sure that they want to have that happen, because they will usually YouTube will give them everything that's behind the paywall. Not just one thing, they'll give them everything.
But he's not really asking for anything crazy anyway. He's asking just for, again, this really is not about them yet. But them playing around and trying to dodge subpoena and more. That's it.
You know what, Tug? This is, I hope they try to defy this, because if they do, all that Randy has to do is subpoena YouTube with this subpoena, with the court's order to produce this, and they will turn over everything, not just one thing behind the paywall. They will turn over everything that they have behind the paywall.
Wait until the court gets a little feel of what these people have been doing, all of them, because they're making a mockery out of what the courts. It's just like, again, Mr. Poopins. They don't do any favors for these folks. These are the people. They promised Michelle Preston that they were going to help her. They were going to save her. Actually, at the beginning, you could tell when she was talking about it with the messages we saw from Bruce. She was talking about getting millions from the thumbnail lawsuit. Now it went from there to, oh my God, we got to pause all this stuff because it's not going good. Let's go into bankruptcy. Ha, we got you. Oh, wait a minute. I may lose everything. So again, maybe she needs to take inventory of where she thought she would be. When, go ahead.
I remember whenever you warned her about this.
Oh yeah.
In that phone call, you specifically warned her that these people are not doing you any good, that there's more money there than anybody possibly knows, because they won't turn over anything to even the person that they raised the money on behalf of. If they're doing it to her, who else are they lying to? I mean, you were just like, Michelle, they're not doing you any good.
Well, funny enough, Michelle was the contact about it alone. That's what it was about. Again, I kept it for myself, and you'll actually see this happen in that conversation. It was meant to be about them and them alone. It was not supposed to be about Jeremy, because I knew that she would not be able to control. We wouldn't agree on that. So you even see Tina, like one of the reasons that she was there, she again was asked to put it together. And the other part was she was kind of keeping it, like if she went off the rails and started doing the Jeremy thing,
that she would reel it back in. That's what she did, on a couple of times, because she, that piece that you gave me, I put that and upgraded the audio on it so it was a little more level, so she's not so far in the background, and you can hear all of that. Whenever you equalize that out, it becomes very clear, the conversation.
It's pretty amazing stuff, I'm making me another sexy toast ones. I got another one that says nice and toasty, and I'm writing nice and sexy toasty,
Oh yeah, you know what? You could probably drop those up into AI and get the butter melting on there.
I'm gonna put it on here with a freaking. All I need is a yellow Sharpie. I'm gonna send one out to somebody. I'm gonna pick a random person. I'm gonna send one to them.
That's awesome.
I thought it would be fun. I got like 10 of these, and remember I put up eggs in toast one time, so I got a bunch of egg ones too. I thought they would be fun.
Nice.
Where's my sexy toast? But I thought some people would enjoy this, I do. So anyway, we have the this is the actual document, the production
command.
Yeah, and you can see how this lays out. Again, it goes through who this is about, what the broadcast is, et cetera, et cetera. But here are the actual requests, what he wanted. For number one, he wants the complete broadcast video. That's not unfair, but again, he's saying, hey, I want complete copy, a true, correct, unedited, unaltered digital copy of the entire video and audio recording of the broadcast featuring the defendant, including any portions that were edited out, deleted, or archived from public view. So,
yes.
I mean, that's fair. Again, she was under oath when this happened. I mean, what's amazing in that is that discussion that she puts on. She also, she talks about the conversation she and I had, and she tries to play it off like it's not real, which will be real funny. So is she going to try to deny that in a courtroom? God, I hope she does. God, I hope she does.
Oh God,
that'll be amazing. So number two, communications. Now I love this because the other document, when we looked at before, it didn't have any specific names, but it does have a John Cook name.
Mm-hmm.
All communications between you and the defendant or anyone acting on defendant's behalf, including without limitation, John Cook, from April 1st, 2026 to the present, regarding the content of the broadcast, everything discussed by the defendant and you during the broadcast, including without limitation, planning, scheduling, promotion, or the aftermath of the broadcast. And we know this is actually good to put in here because when you're talking about somebody on the behalf, John Cook, they brag about him, being the go-between.
Yeah.
So fun times there. The financial records. So all documents, receipts, transaction logs, platform statements showing the total revenue generated by said broadcast, the total number of individuals who paid the fee to view the broadcast, and any agreements, invoices, or ledgers showing the split or transfer of revenue to the defendant or any third party in the defendant's behalf. So again, they laughed about this. They thought that was really funny.
I don't know why they would laugh about that. Are they saying that there was no payment to her?
Yeah, they're saying that they're laughing at the absurdity of ever giving her money. I think that's the real kicker with that. It's not just they're laughing at the idea of this specific broadcast, but they're laughing at the idea, period.
Yeah.
I think, like Michelle, Lord, Michelle, she's got to know. She made it very clear when we spoke that she knew that these people had done her wrong. It's just she wanted a specific thing from them. She wanted someone to pay for her for Ohio. She was asking, oh man, can somebody reach out to this person or that person? No, we're here to talk about this thing. If you want my help with that, we'll do it. But if you want my help, doing other things, no, I'm not raising money for you. We're talking about money that was already raised for you.
Yeah, we're talking about, yes, because that's what that conversation was about. It was just about, no, we are talking about what the flea's done to you, the amount of money that she's taking, and you're wanting to know how to get this money back. And I'm more than willing to help you.
Yeah.
I'll walk you through any bit of paperwork that you need to file out, but you have to file this. I can't do it for you. I can't put words in your mouth.
Well, she said like her want was to put Lisa in jail. That's what she wanted. And I was like, okay, if you want that, that's cool by me. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little more involved than that, Tug. You're brushing over it really lightly. It was more, I want to put her ass in jail because she has done nothing but been absolutely mean, vicious, and horrible. She allowed that child to fall in love with her, and then she turns on her like this.
Yeah, she even said that she called CPS on her.
Yes.
She said that. It was funny. They were like, and then Lynette, when it's been official later on, is like, I never said that. Like, it's your words, lady.
Yes.
Their whole excuse, it's funny too, because when they talk about it, they're like, well, the reason I know it's not real is because volume is lower. Well, like we've talked about how that was recorded. And
Yeah.
you know, first of all, you don't want yourself drowning out the other person when you interview them. If you're going through something, I didn't want to accidentally talk over her, you know, and that happens. You get a lot of crosstalk like we do here, but this does, you know, we're goofing off. Who cares? And we'll get it there. But when it's something like Michelle, I don't want to drown out anything she says. So of course I turn down my feed all the way that I can, and it will pick it up, but it lowers it. But yeah, I mean, these people, what's funny is, I'm like, did none of you use soundboards? You know, there are digital soundboards. Do you not know how that works?
Yeah, I mean, I use one. That's why I was able to equalize everything out to the same level.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it becomes much clearer that this was a conversation. It wasn't somebody saying something or talking just randomly. It was an actual conversation between two people.
Oh yeah, you can very well tell what kind of, you know, that it's a conversation and what's going on. I mean, all you have to do is listen to it. But again, these people are very disingenuous. So let's see. We have our financial logs, which they left, and again, promo materials. Again, you think about all scripts, promo items, text descriptions, metadata. So they throw in text description too. So if you put in the text description of what happened with that, you know, if you got anything, well, turn it over. You know, turn it over. Like I said, I don't think that's unfair. I think that she's under oath. You know, they act like they're being victimized in this, and it's like, well, you know, and Michelle acts like it too. She's like, I can't even get a basic. Well, this isn't a basic bankruptcy. She says I can't have even a basic bankruptcy.
Let me tell you, I've listened to Jan Naylor and Owens's final bankrupt. Well, it's not the final one, but having the deposition in there, and the trustee is asking these questions, and she's being very specific about it. It took Mo and I 3 days to get through that because we were just amazed at the non-answers. And the trustee is just like, you know, I'm not going to play this where you start playing the victim. I'm asking you these very specific questions, and you are avoiding answering. You're giving me non-answers. And if I have to have you in here for a one-on-one deposition, we will do that. And they don't seem to understand that's at their cost.
Well, yeah, they think the bankruptcy courts, though, they play. You know, they think that these people weren't brought in here to recover assets, and that money, you know, you can scream and shout or whatever and say items too are not assets. Well, let's see if the Fed agrees with that. Let's see if they agree, you know, too. But this doesn't have anything to do with that yet. You know, no. We haven't even got to that fun time. I mean, this is just, you know, you would think that, again, people who are saying, I've got all this definitive proof that X, Y, and Z happened, well, they would want to show that. But you would think they also would have wanted to show it to donors, so they would keep, you know, supporting.
Yes. And I mean, what they don't understand is, you know, and like there's a lot of correlation with the Owens in this, because the Owens decided that they were going to pull out of the bankruptcy. And that's not how it works. The trustee is like, I'm sorry, that's not how it works. If you want to be dismissed from this bankruptcy, there's a lot of questions that has to be answered before you do that.
Well, you know, they've wanted out of this thing so much. And I think they were shot down, saying, when she was talking to Tina noted that that was one of the things that she's talked about, that they tried to get out of it. And, well, apparently they couldn't. Fun times.
No, you can't.
Let's look at some emails. I think that'll be fun. You want to do some? Let me make sure I got all the addresses out of this before.
You want to do the first one? Because I have all the email addresses pulled out of the first one, where he starts off about Jeremy trespassing, not paying his bills.
Oh, that's isn't that the second? We have I was going to go first with, I guess it doesn't matter which one. I think the first one, didn't we start out with the VAWA? Wasn't that the first conversation.
No, that
Yeah,
might have
yeah,
been the
'cause
first
yeah.
conversation you had.
No, we had the vow. I can't remember which one was the first. Was the first one the trespassing then? Or was it
Yeah,
the
that
okay,
was the
yeah.
first one.
Okay.
I can
Yeah,
share
pull it up
that.
if you want to. Yeah.
And I've already got these redacted, so you should be good.
I saw that, by the way, Sarah, too. You mentioned that a little while ago. Check coffee, and thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I will go through all those too, and thank you for that. You got it pulled up? Is it ready to show?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, you'll get on these right away. Jeremy trespassing, not paying his bills, speeding the usual. He had a fun time and
speeding. Oh my God, speeding. Oh.
Now, I didn't even look at these documents because whenever he's sending me something,
They're
this
old.
looks like 2013 or
This
2015.
is stuff we covered. Like, these are things that have been talked about. Oh my Lord, for a while now. Like he's like, I got some breaking news. Again, something that they consider something that 6 months old, stagnant, and yet they pull up something as a gotcha we already knew about. Check this out. It's already back.
Response was beautiful, though.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Michael, I thought you'd fallen under a suit rack. No one could hear your cries. Or maybe your partner in love had you in the basement, Silence of the Lamb style. It puts lotion on the skin, or it can't stream again. I love that. Speeding, Michael? Whew, that's hard hitting, baby. I mean, what's next? Jaywalking?
Watch out for Jay.
Seriously. I'd rather know how much you charge Bruce for those Candace conspiracy articles. Is that the old $300 rate? Did you sleep in another hundo like you asked before? The secondhand embarrassment from them is something. Write back something witty. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh, and read my Substack. I'm following it just banks and I can't get up.
Oh that killed me. I hadn't even read that because I responded. Well, he responded before I could even. This was happening while I was not even. I think I was probably out for a walk that day. There's also this lawsuit of the content of Marilyn Robbie. Interestingly, he was required to leave, but claimed he won on his YouTube channel, Judgment Day, Landlord versus Tenant YouTube. And he's left it up there. Of course, there's also the burglary. He had a fun time in Worcester, Ohio. Check out my Substack.
That's so funny, man. I love it there. He keeps trying to tell us, like, you guys haven't discussed this. You guys haven't talked about it.
And maybe there was another conversation here in between, but it looks like just a short time later, he says, you guys haven't talked about this dispute with Miss Robbie, how it turned into content. Or am I wrong? Because if you haven't agreed that this is some serious context missing, this is a YouTube strategy to turn legal disputes into YouTube content. Do you agree? Check out my Substack.
I'm like, come on, where? And remember, I'm on the go through this. If I'm stopping, I'm typing fast. So if I get some typos, who gives a shit?
Yes.
This is Michael too. I don't care. Come on, where's the witty? Where'd the witty Michael go? He was at least fun for a few laughs. Are you burning out? I saw you slap fight with paint chips on the tubes. Is the love dead? I mean, sure. You go through the motion, showing us shit that's been out there for 2+ years. Like it's like it's new. Yeah, you're late with this. But the zeal and the zingers are gone. It's sad, baby. Really sad. And oh, by the way, you skipped my question. How much did Bruce pay you? It's a simple question. Is silence confirmation of the old total? I mean, that's what you guys say when you write those hit pieces on others. By the way, read my Substack and my hair won't grow back. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. But
he tried to pretend like he's a badass in all this, destroying people, There
was no destroying. He didn't do anything. Oh, you can't answer the question. Jeremy Hales pursues lawsuits for content. Check out this document. You have a lot to answer for all of you, but you should have known that it's Jeremy Hale's strategy to turn legal disputes into YouTube content. You said nothing about the pattern. I see patterns everywhere. They're growing outside of the walls. You supported him with numerous frivolous lawsuits where lives were destroyed, absolutely destroyed. Check out my Substack.
I love that. He's like, always check out my Substack.
Oh, yeah, Tug, you laid into him at this point.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, we're going to be held accountable. I'm like, the dude that admittedly effed at least 2 female sources while they're at their lowest because they wanted an advocate, and he'll write a hit piece and hit it, thinks he's the good guy. And you got little laughing faces too that can come through. There's 2 above it. Sure. I mean, you'll F it, or reportedly by you, take money to write an article to villainize anyone, but you think you got the high road. That's the funny Michael I missed. Must be weird pretending that while knowing you've teamed up with extortionists, frauds, effers that even the bar wouldn't keep. And that's a low, that, by the way, folks, that is pretty low. You've seen what lawyers are. When the bar's like, I don't want you, that's pretty bad. Folks that, yeah, it is. Folks that ghosted tens of thousands of bucks recently from a woman you interviewed in a tent as a kid lived in a 10 by 15 shed. False accusers so transparent, even a chimp could see it. Idiots that can't keep their story straight, abusers of the elderly, the blind, domestic abusers. You would panel with accused by the folks. You would also panel with a dude that reportedly abused his wife so much she herself and her ashes are in his shed. A guy that threatened to end his then wife because he was afraid that she's narking to the feds. And that's just the tip of it. It's also funny how you're too much of a to answer about Bruce and how much he pays you. I mean, months of skipping that. And why won't you be honest about being an overly paid shill? Because you know you hate that version of yourself. You see, anytime you look in the mirror and pretend you're a journalist. Poor Michael. And what's that you said about narcissists? They got to have the last word. So drop some of that Lee Preston article knowledge. Oh, and read my Substack. It cost some dude $300 to get 30 suck puppet likes.
He responded back in court again. Here's another one. There's Jeremy Hale's monetizing not paying the HVAC guy. Why pay $500 when you can turn it into YouTube content? You all knew nothing about this. That's what this sounds like. Read my Substack.
Yeah, paying $500,000, boy, you're going to make that money back. Just wait. That's not how it works.
After this, I responded because, mine was at 6:29. So this has been going on. And I sat down and I was like, what the hell is this email?
Now you can see them popping up and you see like a dozen. I love it when they get going in your email,
I'm just like, Michael, you would make a piss poor gambler. When you are losing, you shouldn't double down because you're not witty, funny, or even medium smart. Like Megan Fox. Have you mistaken public embarrassment for personality? Paint Chips clearly misses having his favorite little bitch around. So why are you still wandering the internet begging Daddy Tug to notice you?
Indeed.
Is their approval really worth repeatedly humiliating yourself? Or have you reached the point where negative attention is the only attention you can still get? Do you keep coming back because you think you can win, or just because getting publicly humiliated by a moron in a star-spangled helmet is your kink?
Sure.
Because either you know exactly how pathetic you look and you keep doing it anyway, or you genuinely, sir, do not understand. Which answer would you prefer everyone to believe? Do you prefer getting pegged by Paint Chip or teased by the internet for getting pegged by Paint Chip? You should update your dating profile, or I can for you. Your mom would be proud of what you have become. All the best, Shissy Wisnut.
That's so nice.
Oh, then he comes back. So you didn't cover this and know nothing about it. Who's next? Will Megan deflect by attacking me? Megan hasn't said anything in all of this.
I know. She is. I was like, You're attacking me. Like, LOL. Yet more crying clownery from the dude that's read, what, 5 filings in these cases? 10? I remember you look like a fool when it came to protective orders and not knowing VAWA. This really gets him. He's written multiple articles about this point right here. Applies to men. How the fuck do you think men get protective orders? Do you think there's a male-only version? And then you bragged about how you exposed the system and protective orders while not knowing some 101 type shit. I mean, that's chef's kiss. Since you're not answering the Bruce paying you thing, how about this? Do you disclose the election-related conviction before you guys interview politicians? I'm no narc, so shh. Your secret's safe with Daddy Tug, but you're going to F up someone's career one day. But hey, as long as it isn't you, right, Michael? By the way, read my Substack. Mom approved.
And then he says, I've got enough. I was like,
he's
okay.
He's basically like, I'm going to put this behind a paywall, babies.
But I did respond. And so I think it's best with the music. So do you enjoy the pegging from paint chips? Are you going to deflect more? Here you go, Mikey. A free scoop for you. You can cover this story. It's about a person in the Villages in Florida that gets upset over a t-shirt that was put in their driveway. Watch the whole thing. You will find out how the t-shirt got there. And guess what? There is more to come. Don't say I never gave you anything. All the best. Shizzy Wiznut. And then I sent him a link to it. I sent him a link to the body cam footage because I'm a giver. I'm a total giver. I think giving him that little bit right there was just perfect. But for whatever reason, he sends a message back and says, was she just a contractor or his girlfriend by 2021? I think this might be perjury. I'm just like, Michael, did you? So I don't think she was living in the Villages in 2021. But I did respond to him. I said, hello, simple-minded Mikey, because this is on July 26th. Good to see your panties are not in too much of a wad. Did you miss me? Can you be a father and abusive, manipulative a-hole at the same time as being a son? I think this might be fact. Can you confirm that you're all three?
God, I can't believe like he engages in this stuff. It's so bad.
And I mean, I just.
Oh, yeah. He's going to give us another thread too.
Oh, yeah. The next one is so much better. Oh
God. I like them all. They're all good, man. Hey, do you have the addresses out of the second one?
I do, but they are all like janky. I can still share it. Because I think there was a conversation that happened before this that I wasn't a party to.
Yeah, it starts out with the first thing is you claimed I didn't know that VAWA could be used by men. Did you catch the beginning there?
No, I don't have the. Oh, wait, let me see.
If not,
yes, I do have that.
Okay.
Yes, I do have.
That's how it starts. So that's how we get there.
Okay. I can pull that up because, like, I just copied it as it was there.
You ready to show that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I never hit share until I know.
Oh, no, that's fine. He says, you claimed I didn't know what VAWA could be used by men. But actually I said the opposite. Well, it just so happens I did a big expose on the VAWA. It's constantly misused. I've never seen it misused by a man, though. It can be used by man. Emphasis is mine. Only in this, of course, but I'm not sure how sending an email to a mayor's office qualifies someone for protection under the VAWA. And then she says, 21 minutes into do you want to retract what you said? I don't know what he's talking about.
He's talking about that's the interview he did. The Jeremy Hales, that's the title he did for the interview. Yeah.
Okay.
He's saying 21 minutes into this interview, you can go to. And I was like, quote it all, Michael, you third-rate hack. Here's his actual quote before that, though, before technical. And this is what all of them pick up. And again, here's Michael. So he asks, and the Violence Against Women Act, is Jeremy a woman? And you have Lynette and them, no, you know, do you have any idea how he would qualify under VAWA? No. Well, it just so happens I did a big expose of VAWA. It's constantly misused. I've never seen it misused by a man, though. So that's actually what he said again. And they all pick up on this, and they're all like, he's misusing it. He's a man. Oh, how does a man qualify? Oh my God. It is the dumbest thing I've heard.
They ran on that for months.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I noticed they didn't bring it up then. They're trying to bring it up because he's been embarrassed by it. And I'm like, see, you admitted all the fun. Where in your note VAWA? Then ask if Hales is a woman. When they say no, you ask if they have any idea how we qualify under VAWA. They say no, and you talk about your big boy exposing VAWA. You know, these dipshits ran with your stupid for months saying VAWA doesn't cover men, right? That includes when you two idiots were on shows with all these morons. Didn't bother to correct it, but now you knew because Daddy Tug laughed at you. Newsflash, it's been out since September 2025. Welcome to July 2026, where people still laugh at you over it. By the way, read my Substack. I do know what VAWA is. I do, Tug. I do.
Oh my God! And then he sent something to.
Oh, okay. Let me read the. Let me get to the. Give me 1 second. I gotta find
says
it.
A propagandist.
Yeah, he sends a thing about being a propagandist. So he actually says, here, I'll put it on the screen.
Here we go. You are a propagandist. I said technically a man qualifies, and you claimed I said men don't qualify. You are so weak that you need to talk about something I said 10 months ago, and you mischaracterized it. That's how little you have. You're a 2-bit propagandist. Nothing more. Check out my Substack.
So I was like, a propagandist? That's hilarious coming from the dude pretending he didn't see Preston and her kid living in a 10 by 15 shed while large amounts of money collected for their barn door conversion got ghosted. Preston thought you'd save her too. Sad she didn't know. You don't give a shit. No, you don't give enough of a shit not to side with the people that made her cash go poof. $56K from one donor is a fucker of a story too. Where it all went, why there's no accountability, but you don't care. I mean, shit. I'd ask why you don't report on the felons circling her like sharks now as she loses everything, but we know why you won't report that. Outside certain conflicts, you know, like paint chips, she's also broke and you operate on rent to own. That's right. He's rent to own. He doesn't do it. You don't report for free, and you sure as shit weren't hired to expose that, right? While we're talking about frauds, how much money did you take to clown on a victim's gender with the perps? The regular $300, asking if a male victim is a woman, and then proceed. Then how does he qualify? Yeah, now you want to save face with technically closing in on a year later. Might as well strap on the Brozo wig before it's too late. Also, read my Substack. Mama says I got to convince someone I want $300 soon.
And this was before he put everything behind a paywall.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. He kept going with this, too.
Oh, yeah. Let me scroll down here because he says, face it, Doug, you have nothing, which is why you mischaracterized an interview from 10 months ago and joined being Hales' mouthpiece because that's all you're good for. Check out my Substack.
Oh, what an idiot, man. I swear. I'm like, oh, I got plenty. I got a loser that's admittedly F2 sources, didn't disclose it, and took one baby after he started writing hit pieces on one of the women when she dared to get pregnant. Let's speak up about him. One that teams up with felons and convicts and doesn't tell those he interviews, especially the politicians that might, a little on the world who he is. A guy that would sell out his friends in a heartbeat if that meant a quick buck. And this I saw a shed. I just didn't listen when they said they were living in it. Please. They talked about it repeatedly, a fraud. Don't you research anything before coughing up those paid pieces? I mean, if you checked YouTube hosts alone at the time, you would have known about the money being ghosted. $56K from one donor. How many others? But that's real investigation. You don't do that. Hell, if you'd been honest with her, you could have told her bankruptcy was stupid, that she might well lose everything. But the people paying you told her to do that, and you don't cross them. You write paid hit pieces. Now go try and suck us some other marks because I know you. And for God's sakes, don't tell them they might get jailed over your stupid. By the way, read my Substack, please. I want to move out of Mama's crib.
Mama's crib.
Mama's crib,
Oh,
baby.
oh my God. Oh, you got me having sex with my girlfriend almost 5 years ago. You kept repeating it. You have nothing. You're a two-bit propagandist who repeats the same talking points, all of which are twisted facts. You become Jeremy Hale's mouthpiece. Nothing more. That's not a lean-term business model.
Isn't that
long-term
weird, though?
business model?
Again,
I guess
he takes, you got a source. You know, you're writing hit pieces for a woman, right? You're talking about her ex. You're dumping on them. You're having relations with her. He's talking about, that's my girlfriend. Really? Because, again, you didn't disclose it. All we know is it's a person you're writing stuff about. Then, again, you suddenly do an about face publicly. You start talking about how she isn't trustworthy after she was. You start agreeing with the ex. Now, why did that happen? Well, we find out because she got pregnant.
Yeah.
Because you were living with her. You were sleeping, or she was living with you. I'm not sure, bitch. I think he was living with her. I think that's how it worked. But, but Mom would come over and sack them groceries. And I'm like, girlfriend, you wrote articles about her being a victim of the disclosing you were effing her. Then she gets knocked up, accuses you of abuse, and suddenly she's not a victim anymore. The person you were accusing is so professional. And she wasn't the only one you were banging. You may call that a girlfriend, but I'd say that picking up women while going through trauma is predatory. That doesn't age out, because he's saying 5 years. I'd say that doesn't age out. No. You knew that when you talked with 2L about it too, that it would still wreck you after the fact. If it was someone you were paid to hound, you'd write hit piece after hit piece, calling for them to be ruined over shit like that. Hell, you've done it for far less, but not you, right? Right? Read my Substack, right? Right? Right?
Right. Right, Michael? Oh, and then he says, okay, yeah, I just want to make sure I had the right spot. Do you know why Hales needed to qualify under VWA? Because VAWA gives full faith and credit. Without VAWA, the PO stops at the edge of Summit County. It's worthless, except VAWA is primarily used for domestic violence only.
Stalking.
This was not a DV situation. That means he convinced
stalking. Oh my God.
Yes.
What a moron.
Well, and he even admits it right here in this. He said that means he convinced an Ohio judge it was stalking.
Yes. I mean, God.
He keeps saying it's for domestic violence. This is not the domestic violence.
They try to pull it. They're so desperate that they try to politicize this thing too. They try to turn it into it's a Biden thing. One second, I got a radar. I'm going to tell her to go.
All right. You're fine. Chat, Inspector, why are we mocking paint chips for DJ Radis and his mom?
All right, there we go.
Don't know.
One second. One second. She's like, I want to come down. She's doing her I'm sure
happy dance.
Look at me. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, she's doing her happy dance. Bring her on in. You can hide this for the time being, and that way she can see the chats. Oh yeah. Send an email for his music. Maelstrom, you always send some of the greatest emails to Tug. So Fallman has his own set of laws too. All of them have their own sets of laws. They've had their own sets of laws for quite some time. They don't research what they're talking about. They will constantly try to get people to admit to things And whenever you ask the question back to them, they will avoid that question like the plague. They've been doing that for quite some time. This isn't new to them. If they can
All
get
right.
if they
Hey,
can get
we,
people
we
to
have got
avoid.
I got my Raider real quick. So
Yeah, that's fine. If you need to hide this screen right here
yeah,
that's
it's
up,
already good. It's good. It's good.
so
Here
she
you
can
go.
see the
Look, I put
chats.
the game in there. Okay. There. She wanted a game. There.
Mhm.
All right. Now can you go? Love you. All right. Be careful. Be careful in the dark up there. Okay. Hey, don't play you better plug that in too. It's gonna die. You better go. Hey, don't play it while you're walking. Don't play it while you're walking. I see what you're doing. You'll fall down the steps. It's terrible. You know how I know you can fall down those steps? Because I've almost done it myself while playing games while I'm walking.
Don't play games while you're walking. Ask me how I know.
Exactly. I'm like, tumbling to.
Done that myself. Not playing games, but I'll like turn off the light that goes to the basement, and I'll walk down the stairs. I'm like, why did I turn off the light?
Oh, man, I cannot believe this is so gross though, because the way that again they try to weaponize this. I'll show you. Again, they try to make it political. It's that is the gospel of a very lowly person when they're like, oh, this is it's politics, you know.
No, it has nothing to do with politics.
God.
Well, what that law put in place is, and you can't provide different protection for women than you do for men as people that are, subject to the laws of the United States. All those laws have to apply equally to all people, not just men, not just women. I mean,
weird.
there's certain laws that I guess would be hard to, promote against men, because we don't have the proper equipment, but in those circumstances, they're usually applied equally.
He put in, he only put in a couple emails. I found one of his. You want to see it?
Oh, yeah. Bring it up.
All right. God, this is such a stupid. Here we go. Such a boring, like freaking cut and paste garbage out here. Look though, this is him trying. It's like Hale's employed Biden-sponsored law meant to protect female DV victims. Oh, it's outrage. Wait, what? What is this? First of all, what does this have to do with anything?
Yeah, who does it matter who sponsored it?
Yeah, well, I mean, what we're talking about is something that again is supposed to protect men. And it's supposed to protect women, because I've had one of these, I've had one. Like all of us in this house have had one before. Again, old news just to say, but if I didn't have full faith and credit, I mean, are you telling me that there's something else out there? No, of course. Now, when you roll through, blah, 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 look at all the copy paste shit that really says nothing. By the way, we found unscrupulous lawyers. They won't respond to me. Oh my God. He's like, he had another problem. Traditional protective orders are worthless. So he went with VAWA. So look, here's some of his, this is what he puts in from Tug.
Oh,
this is all like, look, I'm making fun of him. Look what I put in here. This is what he posts from Tug. Poor abandoned Michael seems to be missing Daddy Tug. I get it. You see your lover replace you with some homeless dreg, and you're like, Daddy Tug, please see me. My mama would put up your groceries too if you don't leave me. Oh, that's sweet. Don't worry. I won't abandon you to pen pal with your replacement. That's got to be embarrassing, by the way. Getting replaced with a showering meds optional kind of dude. Look what these folks think of you. Then again, is it any worse than when you got that woman arrested? Mother's Day in jail. Not knowing VAWA, trading friends for felons, getting paying clients arrested, being replaced with a homeless dude. You keep stacking up the hits, and it's amusing AF. Later, girlfriend. By the way, read my Substack before that homeless dude erases me. And here's you.
Oh, yes. That was my final email to him. I said, well, he missed something there.
Okay.
Tug, he missed quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I'm looking at that. He did
Yes,
indeed.
I've got the emails pulled up here.
Let's pull that
because
back up there. What do you mean?
yeah, let me share that with
Yeah,
you.
why don't we
'cause
pull
that-
the actual email since he's decided to cut it off?
Yeah, I mean, he's left quite a bit out.
He's cutting it
because
off like paint chips cut it. Oh, wait. Paint chips cut it off. I don't know which I'm talking about. Am I talking about the
Wait.
bathroom cutting it off, or am I talking about cutting off the loving?
Well, and this right here, it says, do you know why Hales need to qualify under VAWA, gives full faith and credit? He brings that up. That means convince the Ohio judge he was stalking. The only plausible explanation, it's scandalous and given high profile, big deal. And it was in response to that. And then he also says, since you followed this case very closely, do you have any evidence of stalking by John and Michelle against Jeremy Hales? So he left this part out.
Oh, yeah.
He left this part out right here because you responded to him with
Yeah, that's true. You must be getting hard up this week, Michael. Are you really that desperate for a few cents hiding articles behind a prey wall brings? Are you just trying to show paint chips you really are more valuable than your homeless replacement? Or maybe you're pressing BBB's wallet. I'd add in others, like 2L and them in there, but we know they'd be paying with garage peens and IOUs. Oh, that's good. You want me to front you $3 like I did last time you failed after getting that poor woman locked up when you were taking on the system? How'd that go, by the way? Did you get any more desperate women locked up? And yeah, there's proof. Did you bother reading that weird thing called a protective order or the violations? I get you don't think men deserve protection under the law, but reading isn't difficult. Also, no, this email doesn't make me a source, so don't you try getting me knocked up and stealing my baby. By the way, read my Substack. I added a paywall to show my ex-lover I'm a real boy.
Oh, yeah, he left that part out.
Yeah,
he
that
left,
one. God,
he
that's a
left that
sexy-
whole piece out.
But what's bad is this. There are multiple exchanges that we have depending on it, and this is pretty tame compared to some of them.
Oh yeah, I've tried to tone down my my aggressive attitude. I've come to take a couple of deep breaths before I just jump in and respond. And I said, "Oh, sweet summer squash, are you having another moment? Do you smell burnt toast? Did paint chips leave you for someone less mentally competent? You asked whether there is evidence of stalking by John and Michelle against Jeremy Hales. Yes, there was evidence supporting all allegations of repeated unwanted contact following monitoring messages and other conduct Jeremy has described as stalking." Now, before you start doing that gay little thing where you pretend evidence means exists means the same thing as a court has already entered a final ruling on every allegation, those are not the same question. There are videos, communications, court filings, testimony, and a documented pattern of conduct that can be examined and weighed. Whether each incident satisfies every legal element of stalking is for a court to decide. So which question are you actually asking? Are you asking whether evidence exists, or are you asking whether I find it credible? Or are you asking whether a court has already made a final legal finding? Because, sir, those are three different questions, and blending them together makes you look either deeply confused or deliberately dishonest. Is that what he said in his little post? Did he put all that in there?
No, of course not. Let's see how far he went with yours.
Oh,
let's check it. Of course, he did. First of all, like you said, he left out part of our stuff. Period. Now let's see if he added in all of that. Let's see. Started with he ended with deeply confused or deliberately dishonest.
Yeah, that's what I put in there. So he has everything in there. There are videos, communications, weather, each incident. Yeah, he's got it all in there. But he never answered the question. I'm serious. He's never answered the question whatsoever.
This is so, like, his thing is like, in an interview with Johnny Michelle, they say they remembered Hales claiming they made a social media post claiming Hales was selling objects.
No, there's more than that.
Oh, yeah. Well, we remember, talking about getting his prison friends and more involved. You remember all that wonderful stuff?
Yes. Yeah, there's a reason why there's a freaking protective order in Ohio. And it wasn't because nothing happened.
It's so strange.
Their own evidence showed the behavior. That behavior's been shown multiple times. Look at what Venom has shown. Venom has shown the thing where John Cook jumps in his truck, drives down there, and that is before he starts the conversation with Jeremy, where they conveniently the fleas conveniently edit all that crap out and show Jeremy's response whenever John drives up there and threatens him. They leave all of that crap out of there. Is there evidence? Yes, there's absolute evidence. There's a reason why that protective order was in there. Vet your shit. Seriously, dude. Like, the flea keeps telling people to vet their shit. He can't seem to do the simplest thing.
Well, they're all
wrong with you.
What's funny? They're like, oh my God, people they're propagandists. The things we cover, they include things like police reports, the terrible, terrible things that certain people accused without evidence. Hales of. We include all of that. We include all of the court documents. These people, I don't think have ever even read the court documents that are attached to this stuff. That's the amazing part. I mean, if they have something, you can always tell who feeds them stuff. By the way, what's funny is, out of this article, they manage, let's see, 15 likes. Man, they got half the sock puppets out. What's funny? They still get the same amount of comments. 3 comments. Guess what? It's not just full pay, Luthman, and a sock puppet in this one. They actually got Marley Huge, of course.
Marley Huge had something to say.
Ooh, yeah, amazing, huh? Let's see. I'll pull up the comments real quick. What's funny is Paint Chips generates his through. Give me a second. He always generates his with AI. You can tell. His report exposes core frauds. Full faith and credit turned a dubious local order into a portable weapon. Hales was not a DV victim. No, he's a stalking victim. They weren't intimate partners. Didn't have to be. What a moron, man.
Yeah.
What a moron. The way that they do this, they distort what this is about, but they decide that attacking a male victim, they'll attack anybody for a fucking paycheck, though. I mean, let's get that right. Like, this is the same dude that respects the courts so much that he'll go on a live court thing with Leslie actually fighting, and
this is common that they will say these things. Well, he was not a DV victim. Of course, he wasn't a DV victim. Cook and Preston were not intimate partners. Well, were they not intimate with each other?
Who said that they were like getting the loving with that though? With Hales. Did anybody say that?
No, I'm pretty sure that's not what this was about. So what is he going on about? And I say this all the time. It's like you're saying things that, yeah, those are verifiably true, but that's not what this was about. This was about stalking. This was about Lynette reaching out to Mayor Dan, reaching out to him, trying to tell him what kind of horrible person that Jeremy was and making threats.
Yeah, they made plenty of threats. We saw those. Again, if it were reversed, Jeremy Hales came up talking about a pew-pew and all of that stuff, pulling it on them, rolling up on their property. Oh, they'd have a real problem.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect somebody to get a protective order, and I'll just use this as an example. I'm going to use you, Tug, as an example. If I reach out to the mayor of your town, and I'm sitting there saying, I want you to know what kind of person Tug is. He's this horrible person. He dances by the pale moonlight and usually wears the Batman costume. And, something needs to be done about sexy Tug. And, he excites all the ladies. I don't know. I think that you need to do something about this because I'm fearful that he's going to harm all these people. You would have every right to get a protective order against me to make me to stop harassing you.
Yeah, because they're reaching beyond. They're making sure that they try to touch him in other places. And I'm not talking about naughty bits. I'm talking about touching him over the state lines. Yes. It's craziness. Here, by the way, the articles about myself and Shizzy Wiznut, there are two of them. They are hidden behind a paywall. And they're like, yeah, you can read all of that. Oh, Michael, he's so amazing. He puts them in the place. These are the levels that you can get with them. Look at this stuff. I mean, really look at what he wants. I especially love that you can become a $399 donor. Look what you get with that, Shizzy. Isn't that a stunning deal?
$59.99 a year. You know what?
Look at the third thing. Like, read that.
Ask Volmit up to 2 questions. Doesn't mean that he'll answer the questions. Note, no legal advice, but Volmit can answer questions he has expertise in.
Like what?
But you have no expertise in anything. What do you want me to ask you how to spell? Because I know that you can't do that. Do you want me to ask you how to write a cognitive question? I mean, because you can't do that either. Do you want me to ask you how to screw people over? I'm sure you're really good at that.
Yeah. I mean, it's how to get dumped by paint chips. Maybe that's what he was writing about. Yeah,
might be. Or at
maybe
least take a dump with paint chips.
My favorite thing is the one beside it, founding member. It starts at $3.99. You can insert higher, right? But look at the bottom portion there. Read that one. What's the last one there?
Get a consultation on your case with Michelle Volmit.
What is he going to do? Like, what are you going to get a consultation for? He's not a lawyer. He just told you that. So what's he doing? He's going to tell you for a low price of $300 more, I'll write some hit pieces for you.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, that's crazy.
You notice the picture he has up there is some Google stock picture.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's also, I think, the same one that Lips use.
That's funny. Well, she does take other people's whatever she can find. It's so funny. I just think these people are so clownery funny. They do entertain me.
I do get quite a kick out of the silliness of all of it. I mean,
I love it. I love the shit show. I mean, I love it. I love it every day. Don't get me wrong. When I talk about these people, but I, like Shizzy and myself, all of us, we don't have things to look like. Jeremy Hales, these people targeted a business. They targeted his life. I mean, they move in where, imagine if I moved in across the street from Volmit and I started making demands of him. You will give me this or else. Now, of course, he can't imagine that because he's never had anything. But I'm sure even when having nothing, he would still freak the shit out. He'd be calling the police about it. And imagine if they did nothing while I were demanding again. Oh, if you want me to stop, then, well, I want my ex to move away. I need $60-something thousand. You better do that or else. I mean, imagine how that would go over. We'd have every hit piece and its mother out, but it doesn't matter. Again, these are propagandists, though. They are. He talks about people being propaganda, that guy. And they pull, of course, they pull politics into it.
Well, and I see, I don't understand that because, Jeremy's never asked me to do anything. that's why I don't understand. It's not like Jeremy said, "Hey, could you cover this any which certain particular way? Can you do this? Can you do that?" It's just like, how am I a mouthpiece for Jeremy? I never have understood this.
Because you're not gargling their bosses, you know.
Oh, you mean you're talking about sailors?
Yep, indeed. You know, you're not on the same wavelength with morons. You're actually not giving them anything. You're not giving them money. You're not giving them respect. You're laughing at them. I remember Bruce complaining about that at one time. They're laughing at us. That's one of his biggest fears.
I have it.
They're laughing at us.
I love it. They're laughing at us. And yes, we have been for a while. We have been. I mean, Bruce, you know, you have walked yourself into I wish they'd be honest with what's going on with that. When you look at that case, like Bruce is in some serious poop. You know, he's looking at losing everything potentially. Yeah. Now, I don't think they'll take everything. I'll think that he may well lose the ability for a minute, though. You know, how long? Well, we'll see. We'll see what they decide. But if he keeps pressing them, I'm sure they'll get motivated.
Well, it depends on how much of a hard time he gives them. I mean, because in Florida, usually,
ooh, look at
because
that.
it is another state. Nice.
I bored him. I have to do something. I was like, no, I can't. I got to do something nice and sexy toasty. Look at that. Now I need some little butter at the bottom. I need a little.
You need a little yellow. Yeah.
I think I'm going to mail that to somebody.
You should.
I'm going to. I'm just going to randomly mail them to you. I'm going to pick somebody out. I'm going to mail you one.
You need to get some rat. What do you call it? Some rat. Those leg warmers.
Oh yeah.
Along with it.
Somebody should send me some rat leg warmers. I need some.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
That'd be amazing.
Or just send them
super
one.
chats. Let's see what people have been saying. You want to do?
Yeah,
let's do
it.
All righty. Hey, something to bark about. Wait. Well, let me catch everybody out. Where the hell did I put my phone? I set it down. I was playing with this and took a picture of it and had to send it over. So let me make sure I catch everything. There. 1 minute. Oh, look at there. Hey, I'm gonna say I'm not sure if you want me to throw out your name, so I'll just say PR. Okay. At noting happy birthday to Bug, sent $10. That's nice. Thank you. I'll tell her that too. Thank you for that. Also, I'm going to say SH. I'm taking initials because again, I don't know. Sent 21 of the $0 reduce. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. That is, like I said, that's awesome. She'll be thrilled too. I'm going to take her out and she's got some more video games. That's really what she wants more than anything. She's like, get me some video games, Dad. I'm like, all right. But it's been funny. I got her a plush Zelda Sword and Shield, and it's so funny like watching her run around with that and attack her sister. Her sister's like, why'd you get this? And then she's bigger than her, so when she's attacking her, she'll go to take her sword. I'm like, you can't take that away, it's her birthday, how dare you? And she was like, oh no. And she'll get it back, and I'm like, ha, so good, you never give us whack. Something to bark about that. Thank you for the 10 there. Tell Buck happy birthday. I have my surgery this Monday. Hey, you let us know how that goes. Okay.
Yes.
Just shoot us a short message if nothing else. I know, but ready to. I'm ready for you to get that behind you and be able to move forward. And also, I sent you a video message. I'll check that out for sure. Today it's been just crazy. Hey, what's up, Mike? Mike DeViris. Thank you. I like that. Thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs, baby. Thank you. Judy, thank you for the 100. I confused somebody with this one day, by the way. It's the 2 Jills, but it says 100.
Yes.
And somebody thought that they had accidentally given 100. And they were like, oh my God, what have I done? No, it's my fault. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. I was just
that's the symbol on 100. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what do I call it? That's what it calls it, 100, So, stats. Thank you for the silver star there. Linda, thank you for the 100. Appreciate that. Marcus, what's up? Thank you for the gold trophy and the 1,000 jewels. Thank you there. You know what I love? Like I was saying with him, he reminds me in that picture of a mix between Solid Snake and Snake Plissken, you know?
Yeah, I see.
I love it. I love that picture, man. I love it.
Love it too.
Snake Plissken's awesome. He's
Yes.
one of my personal heroes. So
Mhm,
Stacy, thank you for the hiding there. Appreciate that. Hey, I watch so you don't have to. Appreciate your work too. Thank you for the silver star.
work.
I love I watch so you don't have to.
Yes.
I do.
I know and I may not respond to it, but it's like every single time it's like the caps are easy to read and it's just so fun.
Names. It's funny how much information can be disseminated from say 20 minutes of their show, like how much of it. And what I watch so you don't have to is doing with that. If it's really interesting, she'll watch for longer, but she can give you a feel. You know, their show is it's repetition of spin. You know, it's like a spin cycle over and over again, and they don't add a lot of newness to it. You know, there's not a lot of newness to add. The only thing that is keeping them above water lately is really going and threatening Megan Fox. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, and I guess that keeps them through, you know, till Sunday, whenever they just hope that Jeremy says something about them.
If he doesn't, what's funny though is if he doesn't mention them, they said on stream and they complained that he didn't mention them.
Yes.
You know, talk about me. Oh, he must be scared. Oh, wait, he did talk about me this week. Oh my God, I'm a victim. Oh. It's like, wait a minute.
Just like what? And then they want to say, wait, you wouldn't have any content without us. It's just like, wait a second. I've covered Laura Owens. I've covered like 5 different stories. And what have you done? Sold some bean rocks or
yeah.
rocks?
They're like, let me tell you about this terrible thing that happened to this woman at a storage unit. Yeah, she claims X, Y, and Z happened to her. By the way, buy my bean rocks. She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You know what? None of that came into court.
Oh no, of course not. You know what's really bad, really, really bad with all of that. Again, those kind of accusations. Woo, baby. I mean, you go in calling someone that again. They've done this on the regular. She thought she'd be she was very comfortable like talking some major nastiness about myself with her lawyer hubby that was again in that. They think that I'm not going to report that, by the way, but I am. I'm waiting for my opportune moment. I just don't know when I want to yet. But it will happen. It will happen pretty soon too. You know?
Well, they don't seem to be too concerned with it because they keep doing it.
I'm sure. Well, actually, it's funny. The fatties actually went on repeat with that again, and it was really funny. They thought they would use the accusations that came up with John Cook as a springboard, like, oh well, you said this therefore, and it's like, no, I actually didn't say that. Lynette Preston, she not only said that about the ex-wife, by the way, she's posted it multiple times too. You know, it's not like new. It was amazing when they thought they could take it and move it away from Lynette Preston. They finally, after all this time, they finally will talk, but they won't admit that Lynette is the source of it.
Why wouldn't they admit that Lynette is the source of all that?
Because they have to decide either John Cook is this monstrous piece of shit or Lynette Preston is a liar. Either way, and they've fabricated all this stuff. They've asked for money and stuff on the word of a liar. One or the other. Yeah,
it's one of those two.
What's the same question with it's the same thing that you're talking about with Lips and Chips. You know?
Yeah.
One of them is accusing the other of monstrous deeds. And either that is true, or I mean, she's done it, and it's not just happened one time with lips. She's done it in court more than once. So,
well, I mean, and she's put stalking orders against ex-clients. That she, from what I understand, might have had something to do with a child being, that she was supposed to be helping out with. The father actually had the mother come and kidnap the child.
That's the way I read that. Again, they can explain how I'm reading that wrong, but saying it's okay to take that kid and cross state lines, go and pick that kid up without that's bad.
Leave it with her paralegal.
Hold
yeah, gotcha.
Well, I'll be right.
Gotcha. Hey, yeah, Mary Mayhem, your shins are safe. You already did when you first came in. Well, that's good. Hey, Wolfgang, how you doing? You have hurt shins. Where you guys stop hurting your shins unless you have 9 of them, and then you can hurt all nine shins. I was nearly struck by lightning when you were 7. You still hate lightning storms? Oh, really? Struck by lightning when you were 7? This is an interesting story. I want to know more about this. I want to know more about this. This sounds so cool. I mean, I understand your fear of the lightning storms, but wow. Storm Central just got a lightning alert. Ooh, never fun. Never been hit by lightning, hardly get any storms here. Well, Audio Coffee, whenever you live in a dungeon, it's really hard to do that. Audio Coffee, I love your stuff. Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm back. Oh.
It's excellent. August 31st, 2013. You were 7 years old in 2013. No, I'm sorry. That was somebody else. People talk about getting struck by lightning. Wow.
I actually, it's funny, my grandfather, I saw him. So it was my step grandfather, but still, he's been struck by lightning several times. He reminded me of that story from Benjamin Button a little bit, I knew he'd gotten struck by lightning more than once on his tractor because he likes to ride his tractor out in the middle of a freaking thunderstorms like a crazy person. But also one time, this was amazing. So he'd come over and he was going to eat with my parents, we'd all come over. And then when he was big storm, they'd pulled up and I heard something and I heard yelling outside by his then wife. And they come to the door and no joke, his freaking eyebrows were singed up. It looked weird. I was like, what in the world happened? He just gotten struck by lightning outside the house. He's like, I'm okay. This isn't the first time it's happened. I was like, holy crap. What is happening to you, old man? When you start shrugging off like God throwing lightning bolts at you. He's like, I'm okay.
My grandparents were built from some different stuff. My grandfather felled a 46-inch log on his leg, sawed the log into small enough pieces that he could get his leg out from underneath it, which was broken in 7 places. Crawled up a hill to get to his truck because the starter was out, so he had to basically started the truck, drove it 10 miles back to my grandmother's home, pulls the truck in there, blasting the horn, tells her to get the car so she can take him to the hospital because he didn't want to pay for the ambulance to come out because they're in the middle of nowhere. Had her drive him in so they could put plates and pins in his leg and hold it back together for him. And he did this whenever he was 75.
Lord, man. That's like my granddad now. He's my step grandfather. I'm just calling him a granddad though. He's 98. 98. The man rides around on a tractor. He goes around. I'm like, Lord, I'm 98. I won't be sitting in front of my TV and doing nothing. Not him. He's trolling around with a tractor,
living his best life.
Yeah, I mean, he just enjoys it. He's crazy. He is freaking crazy though. He's the guy when I talk about these people. They called and they said we were burying bodies on property. They called police about it. They called about property that he owns though. And I was like, my God, luckily smaller town, smaller county. So the people out there, they knew who he was, because man, if they'd have rolled up on him, the Lord knows what would have happened. It would have been bad. I was like, man, it was like, could you imagine? You cause a police shootout like that or something over fake shit. All those people be going to jail for life. You know?
Yeah, you come rolling up on an old man that's been struck by lightning several times. I don't know. You want to be messing with.
Oh my God. I went through his tractor one day. He's like, yeah, I got a bunch of junk up there. I was looking, I was like, there's a firearm rusted shut in your. Oh yeah, I found it in a car I bought. I'm like, dude, I was looking at it. I was like, dude, it's rusted shut, but it's cocked and there are rounds in it. I was like, you just sitting on top of it like it's nothing. This thing. I was like, oh my God.
Just hit a bump and watch that thing just slam. Oh God.
Now he has one thing that has always interested me though. He has multiple properties. You know, he started out really, I mean, he was poor, dirt poor. And out here, this is nursery capital of the world. He became a nurseryman, which is a tree farmer. Essentially, we all know that. Okay. Well, he had an old house, and it was the house that he raised kids in, everything. We call it the doll. It looks like a dilapidated dollhouse. Well, this property, I never known anything about it. It just sits there and it's rotting. And I asked him about it one time. I was like, why is it sitting there? He's like, it's haunted. It's like, you're messing with me. No, it's haunted. It was, he is so avoidant of that place. He had a bunch of cows get up in one of the fences close to that. He drove his tractor over there, wrapped a chain around the fence and ripped the fence out instead of just going to open it. He's like, I don't go there. And they're like, oh my God, now I really want to know about it.
Now I want to go visit it.
Yeah. Now I heard a story about it one time, and apparently that he and his wife, now again, this is secondhand, so I don't, you know, I can't be like 100% definitive or anything, but he and his wife, when he was younger, they lost a child there, right? And at night, they said that sometimes you can hear and see weird things over there. But one of the things that you can hear sometimes at night is a baby crying. And it's not, oh my God, terrifying. It's a terrible reminder to him. I was like, I wonder if that's true. But then some other relative was like, yeah, we saw something over there we never want to see again. I went over there one day though, messing around. And you ever been to a place and you're like, there's something wrong with this place?
Yeah, you get the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, so I went over there, and it's got a basement like that. It lowers down. It's just the way it's set. It's so creepy. It's old, dilapidated anyway. But I started down the steps. I had propped the freaking door open too. I was by myself though. I walked down. I got down about 4 steps, and that door behind me started closing. And I was like, son of a bitch, I propped that door open. I propped it with a rock. Like, not a small rock. I propped it because, you know, I didn't want to. You better believe I rabbited out of that sucker like it wasn't nothing. I mean, I probably wasn't touching ground through there. But that place, man, it doesn't. There's just something wrong with that place. It feels wrong. So, you know, I've gone over there. And thought maybe I'll go over there and film it today. One time. I will not go there at night. There's just something wrong with that place. You know, it's great. No. I those people that go to like, you know, places like that, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna find out what happens if you really find out. It'd be like a horror movie, you know.
Do you really want to find out?
Yeah. Okay. So Mo, what's up? Thank you for the flower there. Appreciate it. Alan, thank you for the thumbs up. What's up, Mary? How you doing? Thank you for the silver star there. Barb, thank you for the gold coin. What's up? Hey, is that barn one? Is that one?
It's a controller.
Yeah, I mean, is that the name? The barn one, right?
Bar none.
Bar none. Thank you, bar none. I was like, barn one. So I told you I can mess up a basic name that you should be able to pull out.
Me too. That's
yeah. So bad at it. But you got it. Bar none. Thank you. Thank you for the 500 jewels and the controller there. Thank you for that. What's up, Cher? Thank you for the flower. What's up, Max? Thanks for the $2 there. What's up, Tug and Shizzy? Hey,
good
what's up with you,
Max.
brother? Yep. Good to see you. Deborah dropped a finger heart. I like that. It's cute, by the way. Thanks for the 350 jewels. Jen, thanks for the chili. Connie, thanks for the 200 jewels with the German. Jim, Thank you for the thank you for the 100. Adair dropped 550 joules on the stay hydrated. That's actually good advice too. Thank you.
Yes.
Cynthia dropped 10 for that happy poop. What a name. Thank you for the happy poops. It
Thank you
sounds
for the
so
happy
bad.
poops.
Sarah, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tux Thugs. Thank you. Appreciate you. Fanatic, thanks for the 10. Happy birthday tomorrow, Bong. Have a fun one. I will definitely tell her all of these. I'll show them to her. And tomorrow, I'm sure she will definitely be in here. Yeah. Linda, thanks for the silver star there. Sarah, thanks for the $2. Yes, also. And thank you for the coffee. Yes. So thank you for what you send. That is awesome. And it's right there for her to spend tomorrow. So that's a good thing too. If people send like PayPal or something, they're like, hey, they take less, number one, and it's right there and just give it to her. So
it is.
Yeah. So thank you. Diane, thanks for the 200 joules with the Germans. Thank you. Just Jackie dropped the hiding, and actually you dropped 2 hiding too. Thank you. Appreciate you. Liz, thank you for the 11 months there. Wow. Yeah, like she said, it's Sunday there, so happy birthday. Thank you. That is cool. Appreciate that. Mary, thank you for the silver star. Cynthia, also, thank you for that happy birthday. What's up, Stacy Nat? Thank you. And also, congrats. You know what I love with Stacy Nat? She has, when she excised certain bad things in her life, guess what happened? Her channel, it started having more and better. You know, she actually got over 1,000 subs.
I know
all of that. These people, they held these people back. You know.
Yes, and I've told people the same story before. Whenever I first started YouTube, I ran into some people that were no different than the fleas, got in tight with these people, and once I was able to step back and see that these were people that I did not need to be involved in, that it was actually holding me back from, achieving, what I wanted, that I was being used by them to do ill things towards other people. Not only was it just a big relief to get away from it, but also that more people were willing to come check out the channel and actually watch it. And I wouldn't be where I was now if it hadn't been for people like Expert, Bahala, that stepped in. Max Murrah was another good one that said, hey, the reason why you're having so much difficulty is look at the people that you're associating with. I just, step back, as separate yourself from it and view what they're talking about, what they're doing.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it was life-changing. So congratulations, Stacy.
Yeah, I feel good for again, I feel happy for people too, because they were attacked heavily because they chose to just step away. I mean, it was crazy. And we're not talking about, obviously you're going to have some people that'll be like, hey, what are you doing? I mean, you really get a feeling for who your friends are. Again, Stacy wasn't turning on anybody or anything. She's just like, hey, I'm going to go over here and do my thing. But that makes you the enemy of these people.
Mm-hmm.
They keep you back. That's what a lot of it's like this. The channels they now associate with heavily, the ones that they get to do all their dirty work bullshit for them. They don't pull over 20 viewers.
No.
No. That's terrible, man. I mean, they promise all these people like BBB. I saw his letter to you, man. He promised you the world, man. There ain't no way he could have delivered it. When you look at that, when somebody's promising you're going to get like subs and all that, how the fuck would he know?
That was my point. I didn't understand it because I was like, I seem to be doing just fine. I think at the time I was still under 5K. I mean, I think I maybe had 1.5, 1.2 maybe, and was just, I'm out here covering stories that I find interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I had morning streams. I was happy. I would cover a little bit of the Hale stuff, I think maybe 1 or 2 nights a week. And then all of a sudden it was just like, why are you talking about this? It's just like, what do you mean? Why am I talking about this? This is how YouTube operates. I mean, I don't even know who you are, sir.
Well, what's awesome too is, people like Lynette are like, nobody will tell my side. Woman, you're allowed to come on anytime you want.
Yeah.
You just won't like me asking you questions. That would be the problem, because I would ask you things that I wouldn't 100% agree with you or kiss your butt. Therefore, now, like I said, I agree with you on one topic. So, I'm totally down. And if you have some crazed evidence, they tell you they got all this evidence all the time, but they won't show you any of it, will they?
Never.
But anyway, Stacy, though, I appreciate you. And you know what? I'm proud of you. I'm proud for you. I am proud for you. Andre, thanks for the 5. Also, thanks for the well wishes for the bug. Thank you. Appreciate you. Bonnie, thank you too. Appreciate you. Thanks for the 21 months, too. And the happy birthday. Here and after. I've caught some of these before, but I want to catch you. I want to say thank you anyway. Here and after, thank you again for the birthday wishes. And the 5 there. Sean. Hey, what's up there, Sean? Thanks for the 20. And again, the well wishes there. And the happy birthday well wishes. K-Matt, thank you again for the 10. And the happy birthday. And also the 7 for 7 from Jack's mom. I liked that. That's what I was telling her. Like she should have gone with the 70.
Should have gone with the 70. She couldn't change it then.
What's funny is you can't see her. She, when she's or she sounds like she's getting closer to the mic. That's because she'll put her hand over my mouth. She's like, nope, you ain't seeing that anymore. She's so funny. Yoda's Chicky Nugget. That's a funny name. I'll do like that.
So awesome.
It's good. Thanks for the silver star. How do you pronounce this person?
Shona?
Shona? Is that it? Shona? Is that correct? Tell me. Write me, tell me whatever I need to know. Thank you for the silver star. Emma, thank you also. I need to do a birthday song too. I am proud that it is your birthday week.
Yes. I wanted that birthday song.
Heck yeah, here it goes. Bam.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. From both of us to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday. We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
What's funny is people are like, man, you guys sound horrible when you say it. It's because we have it delivered at different times to each other. So we don't have one track where we play along. That's the problem. It's out of sync for like when you get multiple, and it's so funny. It makes it funnier. I love listening to it because it's so out of sync and everything. It makes it good and personal. But hey, Sean and Emmy and everyone. Emmy, I'm proud for you for your birthday. I'm proud for all of you, dude. All the names that I've seen here and more. Love all you guys. But remember Emmy too. Remember, if you didn't enjoy, you can have a whole birthday week yet again. That's right. Yes. 2 offers, baby. Yo, the chicken nuggies also sent the gifto. Thank you. Appreciate that. Love that name, telling you, Bill. Thanks for the gold coin. Ria Raya. Yeah, I can't wait to see what was sent there. It's going to be interesting. She said it has 8 legs. We'll see what that means. Cynthia, thanks for the sparkles. Appreciate that. Spirit Walker. Yeah, again, in the UK, it is Sunday. So thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you for the 10 there. Nettie, thank you for the 2. For Bong, too. That's nice. Thank you. Mary, thank you for the sparkles. Appreciate that. Hey, Blue Eyes, thank you again. Appreciate you. Thanks for the 10 and the birthday wishes. Thank you there. Yoda's Chicken Nuggets. Thank you for the 10 there. And that Candy Monies with the happy birthday. You need an awesome avatar. You need you need an avatar that's like Yoda made into a chicken nugget, or Yoda selling chicken nuggets. I don't know which yet.
Yeah, or Yoda like sneaking out a chicken nugget, like being little criminal, like he'd stole that candy bar.
You could be feeding you could be feeding like 2L some of the chicken skins that are left over.
Oh, wow. I love this. Just one person's opinion.
Yeah. I like that. There's so many good names, you know. Thank you for the 10 there. Happy birthday, Buck. Thank you. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Thank you. And she will love it. You know, Jack Miles. Thank you again, Jack, too. As always, I appreciate the heck out of you. Lorraine, what's up, Lorraine? I hope you're doing great. Thank you for the happy birthday there, too. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Nord, thank you for the flower there. Thank you. Deborah, thanks for the 2. And the candy for the birthday. Thank you. Sassy, thanks for the 13 months. Tug, you should let her take over the chat for 30 minutes. I thought this was funny. She can make more money than the Anti's making a month. It'll be funny. She'll be over tomorrow. And you know she's going to, I will let her play on the mic. So, if people do want to, like, again, it's all hers. If she's on and it's for her, it is hers. I don't pull a Fleesa, you got to make it there. No, if she's on and it's there, I consider it for her. So she does pretty good with it. Not that she has anything she wants or needs right now. I mean, again, she's right now. She came down here and she's like, give me a video game. That's why she wanted to come down before. Hey, Donna, thanks for the 21 months there. Hey, been here since the depth trial, never less. Thank you. Thank you for that, Donna. Thank you for all you do, Tug. Hope you and the girls continue to do well. Thank you for great coverage. What the hell? Hey, thank you. I appreciate you folks. Again, I like sticking with a case for a long time, and I appreciate the folks that let me do it. I don't. Again, some people do it really well. They cover every case that comes out. They do a headline read, and I will do a headline read sometimes. But if I find something I really like, I want to cover it. And just cover it and cover it.
Yeah. And I have to, I have to limit myself on one particular, because I will deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
I get really bad, like, where I'm just like, I want to know everything about it, and I will start digging stuff up, and it leads down rabbit holes that I don't want to go down.
My problem, one thing I had to learn from the depth trial, I was very good in that, is you can't answer all the questions.
Mm-mm.
Some of the answers, some your gut opinion on certain things like motivations and stuff. You'll probably hit them there, but you will never be able to answer everything, because there are always going to be pieces either hidden or missing, or they didn't get recorded at the time, or whatever. The further back you go, the worse that's going to be. So
Yes.
it's difficult though, because I want to see something and I want to understand all of it. You can understand motivations though. I think I understand most of these people's motivations pretty clearly by now.
By the way they respond, I would agree with you.
Let's see. Cats, thanks you for the silver star there. Thank you there. Oh, and the party hat too. Thank you. That's cute. Appreciate that. Hey, Peggy, thank you for the 2 and the birthday money for Bug plus what was sent there through the PayPals. Well, thank you. That is
so kind, Peggy.
And appreciated. I got to write another read my Substack article. Man, I haven't done another one since I was told you how great it was. 2012. Thanks for the 2. Tug, I was you today at the conference. That's awesome. That's what you need to be. Everybody, did you wear a mask? That's the real being me. I like having something that either is a TUG, a TG reversed, or I'll use an anagram of that umbrella guy. Like for the hearing, I used an anagram of that umbrella guy, which is not easy to do, by the way.
No.
It's very difficult to get an anagram of that umbrella guy. But I found about, I don't know, I guess I found 10 or 11, but not many of them really work out. I went with Graham Butte Tully. That works. That's an anagram, exact. Graham Butte Tully.
Well, and I showed up at that as myself, because I was, first of all, I was named in that first lawsuit that she brought against.
And it was weird. She denied. She was like, denied because Just Jay. And it was like, wait a minute. What about Shizzy?
No, it was almost like I was never a part of that.
Well, you would think somebody that supposedly threatened her family and stuff, the way she tried to spin you, talking about, again, they're talking about doxing you too. And you're like, hey, there's consequences to actions.
Yes.
And she's like, that's a threat of my family. Oh my God. That's amazing. Isn't it amazing, by the way? They take their reprehensible behavior on things like trying to dox, and that's what she was talking about.
Where they want to play the victim over something that they did to me.
Yeah. They do that all the time. Again, I think it's hilarious because they think everything is just this zero-sum game. And it's a lot more than that. But I'm real mean. I like that. That's fun. Thanks for the 100, Jules, and a high five. Ooh, yeah, baby. Appreciate it. Green Veggies. Thanks for the 5. It's the prison pocket method of passing notes. Is that what that was? He wasn't using the bathroom. He was just passing the notes.
Passing notes to John Cook.
He's like, just a minute. I'll remember what I wrote. 2012. Thanks for the 2. Oh, Lord. Is that where he keeps his journalist notes? Oh, my God. Like, just a minute. I'll remember what I got a question for you. You're like, oh, no. Canceling this one. Not doing it. Thanks for the 2 there. Paint chips. Just wanted to bring Deuce to the hearing. I love that. That was really
Yes, that was great.
Hudson, thanks for the 5. Can Jeremy Hales add stalking to Paint Chips Fed too, since he appeared at a case? He's not. No, you have. Okay, first of all, he had every right to be there.
Yes.
Okay, but he did not have every right to do all of the things that he did, plus them showing recordings and more of it. Yeah, he doesn't have a right to do that. So
yeah,
he took it, but he does have the right. I mean, it's a publicly accessible hearing. That's one of the beautiful things about all of this stuff, regardless of whether you like or dislike these folks. We all have the right to appear. Now, she's tried to shut down access with it. That's why she claims so many horrible things, and that's why she claims people aim at her kids and stuff. It's not just for victim. Like Shizzy, she wanted to shut Shizzy down with it,
Yeah. She and she wanted to use her vitriol that she used towards my family as a way of getting that case sealed. Had Jeremy not accepted service, that's what that would have been her next move. I don't doubt it one bit.
It's going to be fun with that service thing will be real fun. Watching them spin. Hudson, though. That's a good question, though. But no. Now, in the aftermath, well, I'm curious what can or can't be done. And again, I'm not going to say what is being done. That's we'll see. Well,
you're not allowed to, if I'm not mistaken. That would be.
Yeah, well, I definitely won't show anything on there. I can talk about like strategy. It was so funny, by the way, Shizzy. They were whining about how Megan Fox, she said they were going to do this and that, and they didn't. What happened? It was like, yeah, we lied to you because, we took things, we took some insane things and said them. And obviously, I even saw people in the chat that were like, they're going to do that. But apparently, they all believed it. Mm-hmm. That was the funny thing. We put out some insane thing. We got 30 minutes, But they thought, we were, what was amazing? If you thought we were going to do all of that, why didn't you prep for anything? Jesus.
Yeah,
Fizz.
They didn't prep for anything. No, I mean, I watched that, and I plan on going over this tomorrow. It did not look like she even prepped for the 30 minutes. I mean, I think she set a timer up whenever she started talking, because she just talked for 30 minutes straight with hardly any breath. And
it was really kind of crazy. She essentially just read a motion. That's what she was doing. She read motions, and that you're supposed to go in and expand that, but pretend that the judge is you can tell it depends on the judge too.
Right.
This judge seems very competent. And again, do I know what'll happen in hearing? No, of course not. I don't claim to. I think we have a good shot at it. If we don't, again, it still puts her on notice that, hey, And it puts everyone she's ever come after. You know what was really telling in that too, Shizzy, is there were people that she's gone after before, that she sued and more. They were there.
Yes, they were.
I saw a few of them. I was like, wow, that's something, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just like, this is why whenever I was waiting for the stream, for the WebEx to start, there were over 51 people at one point in time, and that doesn't include the people that joined after I did.
Yeah, we had a full house. You know, everybody. And we're talking about antis and more. Everybody was on their best behavior except Pain Chips.
Yes.
All these other people, you know, and again, we all have the right. You don't have to agree or disagree, but you know, like what he did there. That again, if you think that was about helping Leslie, that's what that, you know, that all of that was for. People showing up to support it. Do you think that helped her in any way?
No, I mean, I would go to say that actually probably harmed him in quite a bit, especially if that ever gets into Fed too.
Well, I mean, it could do damage to her, especially so she stops and laughs about it during everything. She notices it.
Yeah.
And she stops and laughs. You could see her do it. It was very, very telling. Hazel, I think I should say Fizz. Thank you for the gold coin. I just want to make sure. I can't remember. Hazel Monte, there you go. Thank you for the jamming, the 200 jewels. Thank you there. Rebecca, thank you for the silver star. Thank you very much there. Rogue, thank you for the 9 months. What's up? Megan's replacement did awesome. Hashtag sue Megan Foe. That's right. Nick Foe Fox. That's not even if her real name. Lord, these people told us that, remember? That's not her real name.
Yeah, they've gotten so many things wrong because
they couldn't even get her name right. I mean, my God. They were like, that's not her real name at all. My Lord. I really do. The one thing, I don't wish lawsuits on anyone. So I'm going to say that to kick this off. But I really do, in a lot of ways, want a lawsuit just because for like Megan, God, it'll show. Like these people will go in and they've been begging for dollars, you know, for months. And you're going to have her be able to just, I mean, the amount of money she'll be able to pull in, put toward a lawyer, and she will rip and roar. She's not going to back down from these people.
No, and you know, I was thinking about this today. Megan actually is a really good bringer in of money, and I don't mean that like in a grifting way. I mean that is I realized today that I subscribe to PJ Media, like because of Megan. I have a full on subscription to PJ Media because it ended up just. I like the articles that are on there. I was just like, you know, it's really well written. I like the writers. It's easy for me to read. I can go through it, and I really hate reading newspapers, but it's been a pleasure having that, and it's only because of Megan. You know, people who've been getting keto brains because of you and Megan.
Yeah.
You know, these like I said, money.
I'm glad that too. Keto brains, by the way, for real, not just sponsor bullshit. You know, that's easy, but I'm glad like every time it just amazes me where I was feeling like I was at a year ago and where I feel like I'm at now.
I know, because I remember a year ago, I remember the worry that you had because you're just like, I don't know what's going on, but
I feel like I'm losing myself, man, you know?
You're in the middle of a stream and you're just like, I gotta go.
Yep.
And nobody knows what's going on. It's just like, what happened? Because you're not wanting to worry people, but geez,
it's amazing. You know, I'm just, again, I can see the effects of aging, so it's just fun. But whatever that was, whew, man, you know, and again, I look from then to now, and I hear great things from other people. We have all types of people that tell us about how well that helps them out. And that's amazing. I feel good when we see that because we could, you know, sponsor wise, I've never wanted to take a sponsor before, ever. but I was looking at what YouTube did, and I was like, well, maybe I'll look at that. But we ran across I'm not going to call out certain, well, I'll say like the wallet, there's certain wallet companies that a lot of people pick up, and they're fine, but I was like, I don't want to do that kind of crap. I want something that actually has some kind of meaning. So there we were. But yeah, Rogue, thank you. And also Rogue dropped a gifted membership too. Thank you there. What's up? Thank you, Floating Heart. Also a thumbs up. And let's see, a chili too. That is awesome. Thank you there.
Nice.
Tight line. What's up, man? Thanks for the 10 there. I'm thinking you might be turning into Jar and need a babysitter. Maybe Ketchup will volunteer when it's off and have a guest. That's hilarious. For me, man, like I said, I am the parent for the kids. So it's me, and I don't mean that in any negative, way. Their mom is trying to find herself and, stay on the tried and true, which is good. That's commendable there. And, I'm happy to, the girls are good kids. And yeah, I don't lock them out or anything like that. They're, it's funny with the fats will be like, oh my God, kids come. Yeah. What do you think? We should lock them outside? Do I need to lock them out of the house before I do a stream? How do we do that?
Yeah. I mean, we started at what, 8? And no, I could not imagine you locking your kids away from you for that period of time.
Exactly. Well, and there could be anything that happens. There could be medical problem. Anything could potentially happen. So I just can't imagine denying access. I love it though. Everybody is really nice there. And thank you, Tideline. All you folks are. William, thanks for the 5 for our paint chips adult diaper fund. So you make it through the next court hearing. Yeah. I mean, hey, that's bad. He's so forgetful. He left the camera on too.
I'm wondering if maybe it was just that Randy scared the ever-living Machado out of him.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that is it, maybe they really are witches and warlocks. Maybe he was trying to summon Bruce.
Yes.
He's like, up here.
Come to me. Oh,
gross. Jesse, thanks for the silver star. That's funny. Hey, Andre, thanks for the 2. Doug, I sent you an email. I'll check it out in a minute. I love a lot of the pictures and stuff, man. You guys send, they're great. So thank you. What's up, AJ's World? Thank you for the thumbs up and for the party hat. And thank you too. It's good to see you, AJ. AJ's World. I love it. Ask Sassy, thanks for the 2 there. Tug and Shizzy Cooks, referring to his mother, not hers. Yeah, that's what we were.
Yeah, that's whenever we were talking about that, and it was that the mother was taking care of the ex and the ex. Well, and then the ex's mother sent that.
Well, it's so weird because. LP is saying, I have them, not him. I have them because he did these horrible things, and I don't know why you wouldn't scatter them or something,
Yeah, to do a memorialization of, something that would have given them some sort of pleasure.
Well, it just sounds, it's such an awful story that Lynette told about him. And I love, like I said, they blamed it on me, They're like, Tug said this. No, man, I'm just repeating her words.
Well, you also have to remember that they blamed Scott Stark's death on everybody that was covering Hale. So I'm like, what are you talking about? The guy had issues in the first place.
Not just that. Like, we're not the ones who freaking got him involved in this case. It feels like it was a terrible lawsuit that would not win. It almost sounds like any idiot should have looked at that, and you could look at the statute and see that it wasn't going to work. So it was almost like, hey, they were like, what would be fun? Let's end this guy here. It's horrible. I couldn't believe that one. But yeah, thank you.
It would be so smart if they would have just dropped that case before it could ever hit those dates.
They should have. Now Lynette's getting hit for it. You know, she's gonna she's looking at the potential to, God knows what'll happen. We'll see exactly how everything plays out.
No, I have to say that they probably did Jeremy a really big favor and actually screwed over most of the people. All the people that were promoting this, now you have to understand that if they would have dismissed that case, it would have been done and over. You wouldn't have had to worry about it. But now look what's come out of it. She's going to be sanctioned. She's in a bankruptcy, and Bruce is looking at potentially sanctions and possible prison time in Florida. He's looking at issues going on in Connecticut and Massachusetts. All of that came out of that thumbnail case. How did they think this was a winning strategy?
I think between the thumbnail case and also Fed 2 caused them, you know, the Fed 2 is amazing because they're like, oh, Fed 2, look at what happened with it. Yeah, I'm looking at it. And what I see is it driving many of them to make major mistakes. I think what happened with Bruce, for example, he saw that in Fed 1 and Fed 2, he was getting away with, especially Fed 1, he's getting away with all kinds of stuff. And, you know, he was like, I guess I can keep doing this. And he took it to another court, which all these courts should be operating under the same law. I mean, they obviously are supposed to be, and yet, you know, Belito's court is like, oh, well, we our people just don't read the stuff. I was like, wait a minute, you know, so what? I mean, certainly. You're telling me that when this stuff comes in, they just delete things without even looking at it?
That's what it sounds like to me.
That's what the way I took what they said. And I'm like, you can't be serious. Like, how will you know that something is or isn't, you know, important? Or, you know, how would you know, like Paint Chips, for example, who is in a case, if he's writing, he's pro se, he writes the court. How do you know what he's writing about unless you read it? True. How do you know it's not pertinent in some way? How do you know that it's out of bounds? But anyway, Rita, thank you for the sparkles. Mary, thank you for the silver star. Donna, thank you for the sparkles as well. Got us a little shower of sparkles in back. Thank you. Kay, thanks for the 6-7. Correct you for that every time. Joan, thanks for the 20 there. Thank you for Bugs. Happy 7th birthday, girl. Thank you. Like I said, I will make sure that she sees all of those too. It makes her so happy to see all of the birthday wishes. I like going back to with replay and looking up some of the animations that come up with.
Oh God, those animations are awesome.
Rest in Beat Face, thanks for the party hat, friend. Thank you. Ziggy, thanks for the laughing disco and the 250 joules. Thank you there. That's much appreciated. Hey, what's up, Rest in Beat Face? Thank you for another party hat, too. Thank you for that. Oh, what's up? Oh, man, Sandy Stoneburner. I like that name, actually.
That is such a great name.
It is. It's awesome. Certain names, it's like I have to say them. I see them, and I'm like, yeah.
Sticky Widget. Sticky Widget.
Yeah, exactly. Hazel Monte Ingle. I have to say that whole name. So, Trophy. Thank you for the trophy and the 10 or the 1,000 joules. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I'm like 10. No, there's 2 zeros there. My bad. 2 more. Left them off. Yeah. Travis, thanks for the 34 months. So we have hunting out here on the ranch too, but we think it's my grandma because she loved White Diamond's perfume. Even the stinky dog smells it like it's weird. Well, that's, you know, I had somebody tell me that, you know, we had a relative that they would see around. And I'm like, okay, well, that was a relative that was nice and loving. So, you know, maybe they're just checking in. That'd be awesome. You know, I'd love to see it again. So maybe that's the way it goes. Maybe they're just checking in. Hey, what's up, Lonely? Almost a year there. Thank you for the 11 months. It is great to see you, by the way. There's certain names that also stick out to me, you know. Mary, thank you for the gold coin. Thank you there. Dawn, thank you for the silver star. And also, Dawn dropped 200 jewels for the sunshine, bringing sunshine in her life. Thank you. Mary, thanks for the gold join. Oh, we have Amal. Thank you for the floating heart there. Thank you there. Colleen dropped $5 for the happy birthday. Thank you. Again, I'll show that to her, and much appreciated. What's up, Travis? Good to see you yet again. And, you know, I saw the haunting there, too. Thank you for the 5 for Bug's birthday. No, brother, hope y'all are doing great. Well, we are, man. We are doing good, brother. Mary, thanks for the 13 months. Your grandson turned 7. Oh, man. You know what that deserves? Where is it? Here we go.
Happy birthday.
That is
From
awesome.
both of us to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
May all your dreams come true.
Happy
birthday. We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
I sing it out of time on purpose, hoping that maybe I'll hit it at some point.
It's funny. It actually sounded like it was more on that too. That's funny. Hey, Jason, thanks for the time. I saw, by the way, an interview, and I have not had a chance yet to watch it. I'm going to sit down. I like for Jason, Ashley, man. I want nothing but the best for you guys, and I'm glad you seem to be living your best life, and I'm happy for you. I am.
Well, and I talked to Rosalind today because I was like, how did the interview go? Because I sent everyone over to go watch it, and I was just like, because you know I think it's really important that people see what they have to say, and I was like, how the interview go? I haven't had a chance to watch it, and she was just like, it was so enjoyable, and I'm just absolutely amazed that the transformation in Ashley from those very first videos that she did where she was what was that, 2 years ago, that she was just unloading all of this baggage that she had and just emptying that crap off, and just to see the change in that period of time, and she just seemed so much happier, and I was just like, I mean, it's just it's a visual transformation of where she was at that point in time to just being so much happier. And you know, Jason, you've been a big part of that, and you know, kudos to both of you to be able to weather this bullshit.
Indeed. Bad people, you know, some people, it's amazing how they want to, you know, they want to keep you
brother.
They want to keep you broken, you know.
Yes.
And they've tried. That's what Lynette, she wants to treat Ashley like she is this little girl that she could do all these horrible things to, and she could say all these horrible things to. And she's like, no. And again, you do that. You don't just do that on your own. You do that with support. You have a team, and appreciate it. And thank you for the happy birthday too. I'm just happy for you guys. Yeah. Mom, thank you for the party hat there. What's up, Astrid? Thank you for the sparkles. What a time to be me. Thank you for the flower. Appreciate that. Sheila, I like that name. What a time to be me. Indeed. Sheila, thank you for the silver star. Oh, we got a few silver stars. Thank you for that. That was awesome.
She's trying to stack my helmet is what she's trying to do.
It was supposed to say J, not jar. LOL type. You know what's funny, Tightline, is I could not figure. I was like, jar. Okay. I need a jar. All right. I was like, all right, whatever you got there. What's that?
Oh, that's what we need. We need a pear head in a jar.
Oh, Lord. I could say pear head. He could be Jay's babysitting services. Also, if you're calling for the lawyer services.
It's like Better Call working out of a nail salon.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Oh, man. You know what's really bad is Paint Chips compares himself to Saul Goodman.
Why would you do that? Saul Goodman was not good.
No, you know, he was entertaining because we were watching a TV show.
Yes.
And I mean, look at all the awful things that happened because of Saul Goodman. How many lives he ruined?
How many lives he ruined? And he ended up in prison.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry if you haven't seen, Better Call
If you haven't
Saul,
seen
but
Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad yet, I think it's been long enough for spoilers, you know.
yeah, I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh, the wreckage that he left behind. I mean, it was just one destruction after another. And he wants to compare himself to that?
Yeah, because he's proud. Like when they talk about the cartel and that, he's like, "Look at me! I was angled up with the mob." You know,
he was angled up with the mob, maybe
for real. You know, it's funny. These people, if you listen to actual mobsters, you know, the real deal, they talk about folks, other criminals. They're essentially shaking you down. They shake you down and quote unquote protect you or make themselves part of said scam or other scams, so other people can't shake it. You're there, Mark. You're there, B. You know, and you're proud of that. You think you're part of the mafia? No, son. You know, you may.
No, he was not. He was not any part of that. And as much as he likes to think that he's big bad Billy Badass, he was not.
I'm sure many of those folks, you know, the problem is nowadays that with the scrutiny and more, it's not what it was. So, you know, a lot of these people have aged down and more, but I'm sure they still do not appreciate people like paint chips. Number one, claiming they're equal with these other people. Number two, I mean, when the stuff he said, you know, he still says like, the mob's going to come for us for talking about stuff. I need to sleep with a Glock under my pillow. Woo, so scary. You know,
but you still have to take all of those threats seriously. That's what they don't understand.
I'm not some, well, excuse my words here when I say this, all right? I'm not some freaking easily intimidated fucking bitch from New York. You know, I'm out here in the nothing. I'm armed. My neighbors are armed. You know, we take care of ourselves out here. We don't need the backdrop where, again, they were able to do all of this stuff because I have a friend I like to strap to my side when I go outside. You know, I go out and yeah, it spits out lead warnings.
You know what it is? It is showing how much of city folks these people are. They're really giving themselves away. How they actually despise people that are just down home country folk that got no beef against anybody. That they actually despise that, and they don't understand the culture. And I mean, I really realized this whenever these people tried doxing and sending SWAT to experts FNL Live.
That's crazy too, man. You know,
so think about this. They sent an officer, and the officer was just like somebody walked into a building with a firearm. Do you realize this is Tennessee? This isn't Massachusetts. This isn't New York. This isn't Boston. This isn't New Jersey. This isn't some weak-willed mamby-pamby people. These people carry guns everywhere they go.
Yeah.
And you're talking about somebody carrying a firearm into a building. We'll send somebody to check it out.
I go everywhere unless there are a couple of buildings, like I can't carry it into the courthouse, for example, something like that, right? You know, a federal building. Anywhere else, I'm good to go, you know.
Same here.
And even then, like if somebody accidentally carried my stepfather, you know, he's older now, great guy, by the way, but he went over to Army base, you know, to go and see some family over there and everything. And he forgot he wore his firearm, and one of the people saw it. And of course, that's a big deal, right? But at the same time, they're like, oh, it happens. It happens all the time here.
Yes.
So they're like, you know, you got to go take that off. But I mean, it's everybody around. You might as well figure, especially like when you get out away from the major cities, everybody's strapped. You know? You might as well
Everybody.
figure that. Yeah, and it's best. You know what? When they talk about Southern manners and mannerisms, well, you know these people too. You can all tell they hate the people that they talk about because they
Yes.
talk about people that don't have money. They talk about people that potentially are not as educated. You know, they make fun of all of that. You know, and it's just amazing. Yeah, I know some of the most amazing people that I have ever met were not educated in the traditional sense. You know, they weren't book smart, but man, they knew a lot about life. Some of those farmers that I met have just made impacts on my life, dude. We have a multimillionaire that lives out here. You know, he owns so much land. That guy, I think he has a 4th grade education.
Yeah.
And yeah, but he's still built an empire.
You know, I look at my grandfather. My grandfather, before he went into World War II, he took he went and got his degree in college as a business major. And the way he did it, because they would pay for your college, but you had to either become a school teacher or a school bus driver. And that's what he did. He ended up becoming a school bus driver for long enough to get him a business degree before he went in the military. And then whenever he got discharged from the military, you know what he did? He didn't go and start a business. He ran a farm. He ran that farm until the day that he died.
Yep. That happens a lot, man. You know, that's there's a lot of people like that. And you have to look up to that too, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, I have more admiration for him than I would ever have for, you know, anybody that's sitting there going, "Oh, look at how well I did on the stock market." Okay, yeah, you did really good because you were lucky and you guessed at some shit that maybe made you some money. You know, whenever you see my grandfather, that because he used that business degree, the county came in to his little county and they said, "Hey, you know, do you know anybody that'd be willing to take these trees out because they need to be cleared out for right of ways?" My grandfather goes, "Well, how much are they paying?" And they said, "Well, we'll pay X amount of dollars per tree or per square linear yard or whatever." My grandfather's like, "Well, sounds good. How much, you know, what do you want me to do with the trees after I take them out?" They said, "Well, whatever you want to." You know what my grandfather did? He took out the trees, charged the county, got paid by the county to take out the trees, and then turned around and sold it for lumber.
That's what you do, man. Make profit, you know? Make hay, baby. Make hay.
Took all the little pieces that were dropping off, the bigger branches that you couldn't use for lumber, he cut it up and turned it into firewood. You know what you do with that firewood in southern Indiana in the winter where people only have wood-burning stoves? Yeah, he was happy to go out and deliver that firewood. He would deliver firewood, a cord for $100. And people don't understand what a cord of wood is. It's not one of these little blocks of things that you walk
you're not
into
talking about
Publix and pick up.
You're not talking about like the little ricks they're thinking about.
No, he would deliver a cord of wood for $100. And if you couldn't pay him this week, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because he would make sure that all the families in his neighborhood were heated. You know, and you know, they don't understand that the whenever somebody would come try to talk crap about my grandfather and say, "Oh, he was a bad person," they would go, you must not know him." They knew him by name. You know, this is the kind of things that people don't understand, and I look up to that man more than I could ever look up to half of these people that "Oh, I was an attorney. I worked with the mafia." I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. What have you built?
Not just that, man. I mean, wow. These are admitted scammers. Like we're talking about a fraud, an extortionist. You know, they've done all this harm, but believe them now. Now they're good people now. Now somehow, you know, when they're targeting someone else, believe them. And on top of it, isn't it interesting too that we have Ray, elderly man who has had a tragedy, so he's a vulnerable elderly man, and you have all these terrible people that are around, and he's starting to talk about giving them money. just like we said would happen.
Yep.
Who knows? He may have already gave him the money, and that's fucking sad. He's like, it's mine to give. Yeah, it is. You know what?
Yep.
But it's also people's money to give when they are told to send gift cards to, to Elon Musk because he needs them to power Tesla or whatever. These scams that are out there, and that's their money too. But we try not to let that happen. I don't like Ray. But
do you think Ray's gonna whenever it turns out that all this was just a BS scam, do you think Ray is going to give these people their money back? Do you think Ray gives two craps about them?
Well, remember when he said that that Preston, she can put on her big girl panties and go off and do whatever. So he was sick and tired of her. He was telling her to wander off. Did he try to help her get her money back? Did he try to help in any way? No, in fact, he was just the opposite. He was right there along with all these other people talking about, say, only me, and telling them, fuck them. You gave money. It was gifts to these people. Now fuck off and, do whatever. He didn't help out. Other than that, he didn't help out these donors. What keeps it from happening again and again? That's what I wonder. I mean, these people, they pretend that none of this has happened. If you've been watching it for a while, this stuff has happened. But if you're new to it, you probably have no idea.
No.
Ashley, thank you for the fun there. Runs through and kicks everyone's shins that haven't hit the like button. That's right. You better kick that like button, baby. That's right. Sheila, thanks for the 5. I just heard 5 minutes ago. Lips can get her. Hey.
Hey, everyone, too.
Hey, girl. What are you doing?
Yeah, Dad's been, doing something with these.
My toasties?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, he got.
That's the toast. Remember the singing toast? I'm all out of love. That one? Remember it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm making these. I need a little yellow thing, though, so that can be the butter.
Where's the yellow?
Yeah. Oh, we don't have a yellow. We have to get a permanent yellow. So we get some yellow. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe a pen gets you?
No, it'll wipe off you easy. This will still wipe off where it's, but it's harder because it's a permanent marker.
Yeah, it'll stay on your skin forever.
No, it won't stay on your skin forever, but it'll stay on a lot longer than regular stuff. Oh, man.
I blew over my leg.
Yeah, I know. You and Sissy drew. Good Lord. Yeah, you're going to have to scrub all that off. What were y'all drawing on your legs anyway? What was that supposed to be?
It was supposed to be on the coloring book, but Sissy let me use all kinds of colors, and you know what happened.
It was supposed to be on the coloring book.
Hey.
Well, I think you got a little out of the lines there. Yeah, it's from your knees to your toes. You are a nut, man. You are funny. You're cute too. Have you had a fun birthday week? Mm-hmm. You have?
For real, tomorrow is my birthday.
For real, we know.
Real.
Yeah. Have you been playing that game, by the way?
I looked at my toe switch.
Mm-hmm. And?
Nothing.
No, what do you mean nothing?
Like, it says...
It's not registered in the game?
Yeah, in the game.
You'll have to bring it back to me then. Why don't you go get it? Bring it back to me. I got 3 or 4 more of these, and I'll be done. Okay?
Okay, 6,
all right, go get it. 6, 7. We got a 6, 7 right out there because you saw, like when I closed it, one of the last people said 6, 7 on it. Sheila, I just heard 5 minutes ago. Lips can get her law license in Florida. 2L has a letter from the bar. Oh, good God. She just said that she couldn't. She said it in the hearing. What an idiot. She cannot be a lawyer there. She is permanently retired. My God. Like she talked about it in the hearing. These people just lie and lie. It's because they've been saying that Lips could be. So now they're caught in that lie. Yeah. Donna, thanks for the silver star. Also, Sheila, thank you for the silver star. Hey, Jed, thank you for the flower. And we got Jason there with the 6, 7. That's what you saw, the 6, 7 recommend. You want to let's get some final statement. You want to say anything before we go?
I mean, I will say that I am proud that we've got such a strong community. Like whenever I say strong community, I don't mean, Hales or or Tug or Megan. I'm talking about the chat as a whole. Like, and all across all of these platforms, you'll see a lot of the same names, the same people, and they come and they support because they enjoy the content that's coming out and they enjoy every single bit of it. And the reason why we do this is for you guys. It also gives us a little sense of relief, but we thank every single one of you for it. And the support is beyond.
That's also why we make sure that we're on all the time. We try to be here, if we can. Try to be here. I try to be here every day if I can manage it. That people they know that they're appreciated and they're thought about and they're loved. Hey, by the way, Suzanne, there you are. Thank you for the gifted membership there. It's good to see you, Suzanne. Always. Definitely appreciate you. And what's obsessive? Thanks for the two there. Your professional redneck show and tug.
Like a tech.
Yep, that is. And honestly, it's amazing to live out in this. I can imagine some jackass trying to come up in my area out here and threaten me or mine.
No.
It's like you realize they would be scared. They definitely would be scared. They may be comfortable again in some mob controlled area where they can't arm themselves or do anything about it. Oh yeah, different rules out here, man. You never know what guy you're being impolite to, what he might actually be able to respond with.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's called Southern hospitality.
Yeah, indeed. I just love it. I love the fact that these people, you notice there were a lot of threats to come out and visit us, but you notice they don't. They don't.
No. No.
I'm out all the time. They also have to remember they changed the laws here too. You can roll up trying to harass me. Shit. I have the right to respond with force. And I have kids. Oh yeah. So that's why they don't pop around, because when they run that mouth, again, Tennessee changed some laws and they're very clear on that. You can harass, and especially with kids, boy, you got, some jackass rolling up, but that's why they won't do it, because they're afraid. They know.
Yes.
They just think life's again, remember, like Paint Chips hired people to go to another person's house and pretend to be someone, initiating service. He had that
kick down his door. Like, you have to remember that the tactics that they use is for a guy that is legally blind, and they pull a firearm threatening to blow off his kneecaps. And it was Paint Chips that called the guy to the office. I mean, this is their tactics. Do you think I'm scared of these people?
It's just amazing. It's amazing to see them pretending that they're somebody. Again, one thing, like with Paint Chips, he runs his mouth about, I was this or that. No, you weren't, man. And you never put in the work. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. Like all these people, when you look at it, it was someone else doing the intimidation. Someone else showing up at another person's door and trying to scare them shitless for you. You never put in the work. So now you want people to be afraid of you. Pfft. The guy runs like when they tried to serve him, he ran away like a little penguin. He was so mad.
Well, and I mean, it's not that I don't take their threats seriously. Don't ever get me wrong that I don't take those threats seriously. The threats against my wife, the threats against me, threats against my family. Oh yeah, I take those very seriously, but I'm also not scared of them. Completely different.
Yeah, you take it. Any threat you take like seriously. You want to make sure that everybody's safe on something.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wait, what's that? Oh my God, that's funny. Somebody just sent me some funny screenshots. I'm sure we'll see tomorrow.
I'm sure we will.
She's trying to say, oh well, it was Radis. He recorded all that stuff. And people are like, well, if Radis recorded, I don't understand. How's your voice on there?
Yeah. No, that was
I mean, they're all asked. They're like, how? Because she's lying to you, folks. She's lying. Like she's a Florida resident.
Yes. She's
Like
in
she's in
deep
deep shit for that. And she thought she could get recorded, give it to Paint Chips. Paint Chips will air it, and he'll be like, journalist with an anonymous source. But he fucked up. They all fucked up. She's answering the phone. She's got a regular ringtone, which is, of course, it would be, you figured it'd be some hair rocker, you know, of course, because she thinks like she's one of those, you know. I mean, you just knew, I knew how it would be before I heard it. And it's all of that. So now she's lying, and her own chat is like, well, how come? How come that's there? I didn't do it. It was Redis. No. Your voice is on it. Your idiot friend who is not attached to Radis put it out there. That's your bad. You fucked up. You fucked up. You know. Yeah. But that's not on Radis, man. That's on them. And
yes,
they have all decided. And you had, again, you gave it to somebody for the purposes of playing it, putting it out there. You know. It's amazing. It's amazing how these pieces of shit, they want to dodge culpability, and their own chats are asking them why. Like, that's good.
She was recording a watch party.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a watch party. That's what it was. She had a watch party, though. She set up a watch party and recorded them doing it. And she caught herself answering the phone. She's like, hello. You hear it ring. Hey, watch party, watch this. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a bunch of idiots. Yeah, watch party indeed. They sit around. They act like it's all a game. See, the fucked up thing about that too is how many lives has Leslie ruined?
I would say quite a damn few of people's lives she's ruined.
She came out and said that when her parents stated something that that her dad did terrible things to her. Now after that it changes, and her mom was actually the monster and her dad was her best friend. But she said that her father had done awful things because she found out that that they're not taking her side anymore. So her father was a yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She blamed that there. She's gone after her hubby as I'm going to say an accoster. Well, no, I'm going to say enough time as an abuser. She went after Hale. So look how many people she's gone after with these same things over and over and over and over. Meanwhile, she's sending people like Hale's videos that, I mean, he didn't send them to other people, but you see the words associated with those, what kind of stuff she was sending to him. He's like, oh yeah, that tells you. Gross, very gross. So anyway, all right, we're out of here. We'll see you later, folks.
Have a good night, folks. Peace.